What's up, G Showland? And welcome to another episode. Wait, what's up, G Showland? And welcome to the. Oh, shit! I can't even remember my own intro. That's how crazy this week has been. It's October. You know what it means. It's Friday. We're here live streaming. It's me, G1, and this is the Freak Out. Something like that. It's been a long day. It's been a long 48 hours. I will say that. It's been a long 48 hours, but doesn't matter because all that shit is done. And again, we are here on Friday to bring you all the goodness of the VHS series. That's right. We had to do part 2 because last week part 1 overran by an hour and a half, maybe longer. We're not doing that today. No. Nice and confined and put together. And oh shit, speaking of put together, I forgot to bring my list. Shit! But I won't hit that big D word just yet. Oh no. Let me introduce you to the co-host, the cohorts. As always, starting with you, Shin Rob. How you doing, brother?
I'm awake.
Oh.
That's the joke.
That is the joke. It's good to see you up and at 'em. Last week.
Up and at 'em, ready to talk about him.
Yeah, last week JR had to put him on mute. Yo, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even notice until JR pointed it out. I thought it was a fan. I thought it was just a fan blow. I was like, somebody's fan is on fucking extra loud. But speaking of JR, what's up, my brother? He's here too.
I'm good, man. Drinking Bloody Mary. Fucking listen, we're gonna hype this shit up a little bit. We decided to change the topic for our Spooktober top 10 favorite list. We were gonna do creature features. We're doing slashers now. All thanks to Friday the 13th Part 3, which G1 and I watched this week.
That was
and
fun.
Halloween 4. Dude.
Unbelievable. It took Halloween.
It did.
It took Halloween. Unbelievable. But I can't wait to get down on that podcast. That's going to be fun. All right. But
it's a blast.
This podcast, before we get into the nitty gritty, we got to talk about a couple of things. One that's really upsetting. And that is the Joker. The Joker 2 flopping hard. I'm surprised that shit ain't out on fucking Blu-ray already, because for all intents and purposes, it should be. We had to talk about that flop, and we gotta. I want to hear JR's take on Silent Hill 2's remake. That game's been out now for a week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. And then we'll get into the VHS segments, because I can't wait for that. But let's talk real quick about the Joker and how one thing really kind of pisses me off surrounding this whole thing, this whole stinker, and that's people who hate on DC is gonna look at this and automatically assume and just say and laugh and say, "I told you so," and just kind of push away James Gunn's universe, even though this has nothing to do with James Gunn. It scares me because it's like, well, nothing's been working, and Deadpool and Wolverine was better, and it made money. That's why Marvel's better, and DC sucks. And I'm sitting here like, but that James Gunn Superman and Friends movie should be a fucking total hit. Granted, we still have a whole year before that movie comes out, or a little less than a year before that movie comes out. But this failing situation with DC and Warner Brothers right now has to kind of hurt it. Rob, what do you think about that?
Well, I hope it doesn't hurt it, because I want to see James Gunn fucking cook.
Right.
But it is a shame, just because the first Joker was such a moment in time, such a moment in cinema, if you want to go that far with it. But it's definitely a bummer to hear that it's flopping and really not making anywhere near close to the money that it needs to break even. But I think what hurts the most about this is just all the reports of all the things about the movie that just seem so, how do I fucking put it, dude? Jeez, it doesn't feel like the same people made this movie, but the same people absolutely did make this movie, and I'm bummed, dude. I'm really bummed because I thought, you know, we were in good hands, to be completely honest. And doesn't seem like we are because, Jesus, tap dancing Christ, this one sounds like a real stinker, if you ask me. But yeah,
unfortunate. JR, man, what's your take on this? Being a newly uncovered DC fanboy.
Listen, I'm a DC fanboy through and through. I'm gonna say it. DC's better than Marvel, even though, real quick, and I forgot to send a picture. I found the Godzilla Marvel years essential trade, not the new one, the old school essential one where they didn't actually color it for like $40. They're like, fuck, paying $100, I'm gonna pay $40. It's great. Other than that, DC is dope. DC, for me, they've got darker, better, more fleshed out stories. I love what DC's giving me. And honestly, I did enjoy some of the Snyderverse. We can't discredit what came before the James Gunn stuff with DC. A lot of it was really good. Most of it, not so much, but that's okay. Now, the Joker 2. Listen, Marvel fanboys, calm down. This ain't a win for you. This ain't a win for you. You know why this isn't a win for you? Because, like, the past, 4 or 5 years, you've had a lot of stinkers. Calm down. Yes, Deadpool Wolverine was great. Joker 2 sucks. Fine. 1 year from now, we are getting Superman. And I can't wait. Joker 2, it was a cash grab film that nobody wanted to be a part of except Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. I will not go against that. And then you decided to go a musical route. Inherently not necessarily a bad idea, but it didn't seem like the heart was there. It definitely came off as Todd Phillips, just like, I'll fucking do a sequel. Fine. That's not what us fans deserve from DC. I really, really hope that this doesn't deter people because James Gunn's right around the corner. You know James Gunn's pissed, but that's okay. Musicals don't appeal to everyone, and that needs to be stated up front. It's a musical. It's not going to appeal to a mass majority of the general audience. And that's fine. But I guess time and place. Also, with Todd Phillips, if you were going to go a musical route, you could have done like a 45-minute to an hour like Joker HBO special instead of a 2.5 hour long movie. I don't know. It flopping doesn't necessarily surprise me because you're not appealing to the general audience and the DC fans. Because newsflash, not all of us will watch everything Joker related. I certainly don't.
I will.
That's all I'll say.
I will.
I know you will.
And it's unfortunate because I still am going to watch this movie. I wish that the marketing would have given us a song from the movie. To let everybody know, all right, this is not what you think this is. Instead of giving us scenes that look like they're straight out of, like a legitimate continuation of the first movie. Scenes that look like they had depth and what's going on with Arthur Fleck. And it just turns out that this whole movie takes place in a courtroom and he's singing in his head. What?
It's dumb.
You want to know how I got these mental scars? Jesus Christmas, man.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just saying, man. It drives me nuts. It fucking drives me nuts because it's...
There's a story there to follow up the Joker 2 where you could go a route where he does end up becoming the Joker. Yes, it could be a standalone thing, not connected to the greater DCEU. That's fine. We have the Batman, and it's The HBO Max spinoff, The Penguin, actively happening. This universe is happening, coinciding with the DCEU. There's something that could have been done, and it just definitely comes off as, let's just do this. We don't give a shit. And that hurts. It does hurt.
Lone wolf syndrome, man. That's all it is. It's lone wolf syndrome.
That's a good point.
Because those reports came out that allegedly Todd Phillips wanted nothing to do with DC. Whenever people came a-calling, James Gunn or otherwise, bro just left him on red and didn't do anything. He was just... It sounded like he was very sure of what he was doing. And I haven't seen the film yet, but I do believe there could possibly be a good movie in there. Like the idea of Joker in a musical. I don't know. For me personally, that slaps. I like that.
It's not a bad idea.
No, but it seems like from everything that I'm being told, like the musical aspect was a last minute addition. And then the story in and of itself feels, how do I say this without spoiling it? Like a recap movie.
I've heard that multiple fucking times now.
Yeah. And dude, like, all you had to say to me to get me to just like wait for streaming and digital, recap movie. Because it's like, bro, I've seen the original film. I don't know how many fucking times. It's a great movie, beautiful soundtrack, cinematography, the whole 9 yards. Joaquin Phoenix won Golden Globes and Oscars and fucking Saturn Awards, and I guess they were just trying to spice it up by possibly getting him a Grammy. But that's not going to happen. Maybe a golden raspberry. But it's a bummer. It really is, because the first film is it's such a banger. There's so many things going on within it where it's like you see eye to eye with him, and then it comes to this huge like fucking head of it all, and you go from agreeing with the man to disagreeing with him, and at the same time understanding what's going on. And now it's just like, hey, remember when we did that in the last movie and it was way more compelling? We're gonna reference it now. Show tunes. It's a bummer, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable how the cookie crumbled. I mean, the Joker's just the best character ever. I'm just saying. Come on, man. I mean, you couldn't do a musical. Look. Just look at the Arkham games. Listen to Mark Hamill sing. Oh, God. It's perfect.
It really is.
But yeah, it is.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. It really is. This movie, I have it right here. Let me pull it up. Right now, sitting at 120 million. It's nowhere near what it needs to make at all. Domestically, it's not going to make any more money than 43.4 million. This weekend, maybe, and I'm being generous here, maybe pulls in 15, 20 million, maybe, and that's generous. But I think it's done. I think it's over. It's unfortunate, because this movie really should have knocked it out the park.
It had potential.
Oh, it absolutely did, and that's the worst part.
Yeah. Well, speaking of having potential. Wow, I segued that quick, right? I don't want to talk about the Joker. He's dead and buried under Arkham. Stop. I gotta stop. I'm sorry. I've been doing nothing but playing them damn Arkham games, and it's rotting my brain in a great way, though, in an absolute great. So I came home from work today, and I watched an episode of Batman, the animated series, and then after that, I was like, you know what? I still got time. I watched an episode of The Batman. I watched the first episode, and I was like, you know what? It's really not that bad. I was like, I was mad at it in the beginning when it first came out, because I was like, this ain't the animated series. Get this shit out of my face. But now, as an older gentleman, I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. We'll give it a shot again. All right.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm going to change the subject and talk about a game that's come out this week that JR has been hyping up for God knows how long.
Live streaming it.
Apparently, this is his favorite franchise, and I personally don't understand, because I I hate this franchise. But again, I only played the first game, so I can't even really say anything. This franchise was not for me. I'm talking about the Silent Hill 2 remake. We saw the other day, Rob, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Gam Gam posted up a whole bunch of things, and I'm going to talk to you about this, JR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen the things floating around the internet about this game being woke and stuff like that. And I want your opinion. I want your honest opinion of the game, and I know you haven't beaten it yet, but I want your take, considering you are such a fanboy of this franchise.
Yeah, especially Silent Hill 2. It's my second favorite. 3 is my favorite. But 2, man. Let's start with the woke shit, shall we?
All right, get it out the way.
Ray, I'm going to say it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say it.
Sega!
Because it's a part of the game, right? The character Angela seems to be the hot topic with this game, where the people say it's woke because she looks more manly, this, that, and the other thing. Do you want your explicit... How do I put this? That's just not awful. She's a woman of the age of 17 that has been subjected to mental, physical, and sexual abuse her entire life by the hands of her brother and father. And you're gonna sit here and bitch and complain that she doesn't look hot? Get the fuck out of here. Your arguments are completely fucking invalid. You have no leg to stand on, and you didn't play the original Silent Hill 2. Go fuck yourself. I've been saying this for 2 years now. Rob knows this. Rob and me have talked about this off podcast.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just don't understand. Of all the things to complain about, you're complaining about a 17-year-old girl and how she fucking looks? Like,
yeah, it's absolutely, it's absolutely ridiculous. Get real. I'm sorry to break the fucking news to the radical dumbasses of the internet who can't see past superficial bullshit and only look at things face value. Not all abuse victims are the hottest shit you've ever seen. And I will say this, if you played the original 2, she wasn't the hottest shit then. She's not the hottest shit now, because that's not the fucking point. And if that's your takeaway from this game, you're not only an idiot, but you seriously need to reevaluate who you are as a person.
Stop being a coomer.
Yeah. Get fucking real. Just get fucking real. There are more problems with this game than your superficial bullshit. Now that that's out of the way, I'm sorry. I have to address that because it's not only pissing me off. It's pissing off the original game director, the original game artist, and the original team as a whole that worked on the original 4 Silent Hill games. They've all come out and been like, what the fuck are you all talking about? What the fuck? It's disrespectful. Completely disrespectful to not only their vision, but what they've created. Blooper team, and this is where I segue into the positives of the game. You did a fantastic fucking job with your character designs, the voice, mocap acting, all of that. Flawless. You nailed that shit. You nailed it. The atmosphere of the game, the graphical design, everything screams an updated Silent Hill 2. And that's what this is fundamentally, is an updated Silent Hill 2 visually. I love it.
No.
Oh boy. He's
I don't want to
winding
rant. I don't want to fucking rant. I don't want to rant.
Rant.
How the fuck, blooper team, do you take inspiration for your combat system from literally the lowest rated Silent Hill game of all time, the most hated Silent Hill Homecoming, where the entire game is combat and dodging? You took your gameplay mechanics from the worst Silent Hill game. What the actual fucking crack pipe were you smoking? That's like 4 in a fucking row podcast with this crack pipe. Who is smoking this? That was the dumbest decision you could have ever made, and they hyped it up. Combat can be avoided just like in the previous entries in the series, minus, everything after 4. Silent Hill 2, you could just walk past enemies, run, sneak, whatever you want to do. In this, you can't. You can't because they have jump scares. Fucking jump scares in a Silent Hill game. I haven't seen jump scares in a Silent Hill game since Homecoming. Oh, you wanted to faithfully recreate the second. My ass. My sweaty, hairy ass after an 8-hour shift at work. Fuck off. Because I came home after that 8-hour shift with my hairy, sweaty ass, and I sat down and played this unoptimized piece of shit. Your combat sucks. It's terrible. The performance is laughable. How is it? My mid-high-end PC with the newest generation graphics card, 12 gigs of VRAM, the PS5 fucking Pro begs to be as good as my fucking system. My system with ray tracing, max settings at 1080p, can't break 40 frames per second, yet Resident Evil 4, the same settings, 100 to 120 frames per second. Now I know not everyone cares about frames. I put that bitch in my PS5, locked it at fucking 30, and it stutters more times than a fucking dyslexic trying to read a paragraph in the middle of class.
God.
Get fucking real here. What the fuck? And we still haven't got a patch. It's been almost a full fucking week since I bought the game. No patch. There are issues with this game. And how is it you made it even more fucking tedious? They added puzzles to a game that already takes 12 to 15 hours to beat. Unless you've played it as much as I have and run through it in 2 hours because you know where everything the fuck is. They added shit. That's not inherently bad, but you're adding tedious puzzles on top of puzzles on top of the original puzzles. So you added 2 layers of your puzzles on top of what was originally in the original game. This isn't a faithful recreation. And they need to stop that shit. It's not. It is a retelling of Silent Hill 2 from a different perspective. It has some of the same story beats, majority of the same story beats thus far that I've played, but they have extended the game, which isn't inherently bad, but it's tedium. You're telling me the apartment complex, right, is one of the big first areas in the game that you explore in the original Silent Hill 2. There are puzzle stuff you have to find. At no point does the game make you run from one end to the apartment complex to the other, back and forth, with, again, combat is optional, with a bunch of enemies that are dead on the ground, that once you collect an item, a majority of them come back to life and you have to fight. You tell me combat's optional, yet you force me into combat. You extend simple areas to a point where the puzzles aren't fun. It's tedium. It's tedious. as it stands right now with this game, like my first impressions were terrible. My second live stream, I'm at the hospital. I pray to God I'm halfway through because I feel like I've been in the fucking hospital for an eternity because there's nothing to do except fight monsters and try to figure out puzzles that weren't in the original game. Not that there's anything wrong with adding shit, but again, you added so many puzzles. Silent Hill was never a fucking puzzle game series. It had simple puzzles. Just like Resident Evil did. You decided to make it a fucking puzzle game. That's not what Silent Hill is, just like that's not what Resident Evil is. And see, Resident Evil has been smart with 2, 3, 4, 3 controversial. Yes, they take away most of the tedious bullshit and streamline the fucking experience where you went the opposite direction. And that rubs me the wrong way. As it stands right now, Silent Hill 2, I will review it on my channel once I finish it. Check out my live stream channel. It's there in the fucking chat. Silent Hill 2 Remake, as it is right now, is a 2 out of 5. Patch this shit. And Akira Yamaoka, I forgot about the music. Your soundtrack for this game is what comes out of my ass after Del Taco. What the fuck did you do to the original soundtrack? What did you... I laughed out loud. The first song that plays in the game, he added an Italian-sounding guitar riff. And I was like, I guess James is fucking Italian now. What the fuck did you do to the soundtrack? That is the thing everyone remembers from the original Silent Hill 2 is how phenomenal your soundtrack is. You shit on it. It's so bad. It's laughably bad to the point where it's unrecognizable at points. Fuck Silent Hill 2 Remake. You had me fucking hyped. And everyone that sits here and says it's just as good as the second one, you all have not played Homecoming. Get it together, play the original Silent Hill 2, and then come back to me and have a fucking discussion on what a good Silent Hill 2 game is. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
Woo! Well, Rob, I must say, I got what I wanted.
I didn't think I would rant, but the fuck, man. It's so disappointing.
So,
It's really sad to hear that soundtrack got botched.
Oh, it's bad. And I pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition on my PC, so I got the soundtrack. Yo, it's bad. It's... If you ever get a chance to listen to it, like, and I love the original Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. I do. I own that shit on vinyl. Fucking vinyl. The special edition on vinyl. Who collects vinyl? I own that shit. Man, it's unrecognizable. And again, once that fucking Italian sounding guitar shows up in the opening cutscene where it's supposed to be melancholy with a little bit of mystery, and you add some Italian guy just going ham on an acoustic, I was like, put an Italian mustache on James. He has a cannoli in one hand, a pizza pie in the other. He's gonna get food for Mary for dinner. That's what the game turned into for me. He is an Italian man delivering some fucking pizza. What the fuck?
not a bad game.
Gets lost in Silent Hill.
Yes. Fuck.
Man. Alright. Let me ask you this question then.
Okay.
Even though you haven't finished it. But
Yeah.
Where would you rank this remake with other horror remakes of recent memory? Let's say like the RE2 remake, Dead Space remake. Like, where would you put this?
For me, it's not good. Like, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, like Resident Evil 2 is number one. That shit's fire. Resident Evil 4, second place. It was my first time playing through the game to completion. Even compared to the original, I never beat the original. I could not get over the mechanics of how the game worked. It's a damn good game. Resident Evil 3, right under 4. I know a lot of people have an issue with that one, but look, I'm enjoying it. Thoroughly enjoying it.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. Dead Space Remake, I have not got a chance to check out. It's on the docket, for sure. It's just... Oh, dude, I'm going to get it on my PC, bro. I already have plans for that shit. But this one's... It's down there. It's down there because you fucked up the little shit. The little shit that doesn't seem like it matters at face value, but when you actually are like 4 to 5 hours in and you're like, why the fuck is there a dodge mechanic in a game where there shouldn't be a dodge mechanic? Why is it that there's no targeting system? It focuses on melee combat. There's no way for you to target an enemy. I know that's not in a lot of the other Silent Hill games because it wasn't needed, but you went with a combat system that requires it. So you just end up swinging a fucking plank of wood in the air at nothing, and you're hoping you hit the enemy, but by the time you do, it's already sprayed you, and you can't dodge it because the frame rate dipped randomly because of the random frame rate spikes and plummets. So you go from a solid 60 down to single fucking digits for 3 solid seconds, and you don't know what the fuck's going on because your game glitched. This is the problem. It's a bad one, and it's down there, and it hurts me. And I can see a couple of patches fixing the problem. I can, like adding an option to turn on the original Silent Hill 2's music so I can stop thinking James is Italian.
Oh, that like they did in Resident Evil 2 remake. Put the original music.
And Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 4.
Right.
It's not a good remake. It's not. But again, the praises I will give this game, they did the characters right. Maria, when you run into her, see in the original 2, it definitely, she doesn't come off as seductive, right? Like she's seducing James to, no, forget your dead wife. I'm here and I'm basically her. I look like her, but I'm sexy, blah, blah, blah. It's more subtext in the original 2. In this one, thank God it's forefront. Maria is Tits McGee. I was saying it in my stream. I was calling her Booty the Cheeks. She's fantastic. She is seductive and sexy. They nailed her. They nailed James. All the main cast and characters, perfect. Fucking perfect. And again, the graphics. Oh my God, it's so good, especially when the ray tracing works. Oh, my nips get hard at it. It's just the fundamentals, the gameplay, and the tedium is where this game gets knocked the fuck down. It can change by the end, but right now a 2 out of 5, where Resident Evil 2, 3, 4 are 5 out of 5s. Wow. Come on. That's where I'm at, and I hate it.
Wow. Rob, I know you. Well, have you played this game yet? But I know you've played the original. What's your take on all of this?
Well, first off, I'm pretty fucking upset because, for one, I know JR knows what he's talking about. He is a much bigger Silent Hill fan than I am, and that's a fact. But hearing that, the soundtrack was botched, hearing that the combat sounds like it plays a lot like the Callisto Protocol, which isn't a good thing.
It does.
Oof. If you don't know what the Callisto Protocol is, it's essentially the Dead Space fucking spiritual successor, and the combat is engaged, fake left, fake right, hit left, hit right. It's very monotonous and boring and just not fun. So hearing that's plaguing this is upsetting. I mean, I'm glad characters are well handled. I'm glad that visually it's appealing. I mean, Silent Hill, when it comes to its monsters, when it comes to its atmosphere, I mean, I think Silent Hill has oodles more atmosphere than the first 3 Resident Evil games. I mean, Silent Hill 1 and 2 eclipse that with atmosphere easily, and that's just my take. But it's upsetting because everything that got shown off in the last 5 months was really promising. It showed like we're gonna be okay. Like there was a sense of security at some point, and now like hearing that JR is like, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. Oh fuck me.
Yeah.
Hearing that his experience hasn't been what it felt like it was going to be after seeing that big chunk of gameplay, it's a bummer, and it kind of throws salt the size of piano keys into the wound because that can be fixed. But at the same time, even if this game does get fixed and it ends up being a better game by Q2 next year, Blooper Team, Blobber, whatever the fuck, they're not coming back for a remake. They're not coming back for another anything. They're done. So, I mean, I'm going to pick this up when it comes out on Xbox next year. I'm going to pick it up because, I haven't played Silent Hill 2 in God knows how long, and the HD collection is a pile of shit, even though it always goes on sale for $8 on Xbox. But I'm going to pick it up still. I'm really hoping that by that time the game is what it was intended to be, but hearing that it's not really looking too good right now is a bummer. It is.
Well, look, it's my opinion, and there are plenty of people that are enjoying it. I will not tell them not to enjoy it. I just know a vast majority of people like it for the wrong reasons. Like, oh my god, the combat's so much better! What the fuck was wrong with it back in 2001? Like, you run up to a monster and hit it with a plank of wood and then back up when it starts to attack. We don't need a dodge mechanic. Like, stop. I just think something gotta miss. And I said it from day one when I saw the combat. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be Homecoming. And it's Homecoming. I don't like Homecoming. It's the least best Silent Hill game because it focused on the fucking combat. And this game, it's simple combat, yes, but it's not a polished combat system. Like, I don't know. And jump scares. Let's be honest, it's survival horror. You're supposed to hold on to your ammo and healing items. When a monster jumps out at you from behind a table because the camera view is over the shoulder, you don't have a chance to react. There's no block button or anything. So you just end up getting hit. Needlessly hit in a survival horror game, which means you have to use your healing item that you're trying to hoard because it's survival horror. What? It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. Listen, I still do recommend people play it because if this game succeeds, hopefully Blooper Team won't, but that means Silent Hill 1 will get remade. And here's a little side note with that. I almost wish they would have done Silent Hill 1 instead of 2 first. Because everything with Silent Hill 2, combat and everything, I would not be as critical of if it was Silent Hill 1. Because Silent Hill 1 hasn't been touched since its original release in 1999 on the PlayStation 1.
Well, it did get ported to PlayStation Portable and the Wii, but I wouldn't say that improved anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It would have benefited, and I would not be bitching and complaining nearly as much if this was just the first game. I would be fine with it. If it was the first game, it would probably be a 5 out of 5. But because it's Silent Hill 2, come on.
It seems like Konami went with the more popular thing.
Yeah.
Not only just to gauge, get those nostalgic reactions, but just because I think they knew to some extent that this game in particular is going to sell more than likely rather well because it's Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was the point. But I mean, I'm part of the same camp where it's like, well, I hope you guys end up remaking one, because if any game in the original trilogy needs a fucking remake, it's one, not two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
That reminds me of the Resident Evil 1 remake for the GameCube. And I was like, wow,
right.
This is fucking dope. Like, look at how graphically better this looks. But now I really want a Resident Evil 1 remake over the shoulder Resident Evil 4 style in the new RE engine, because that's the way Resident Evil has been going. Well, with the exception of 7, they went to first person, which, you know, is crazy. 8 is first person, crazy. And I don't know what 9 is going to be, but that's going to be crazy. But yeah, like I said, I've only played Silent Hill for 25 minutes. I said, this ain't it. Ain't my cup of tea. It's slow. It's plotting. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not playing this game. Where's the zombies? Never played it again. Can't talk shit about it. Never played it. So, but hearing from fans of the series, that rant, JR, it's a pretty good fucking rant, man. That was borderline.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
borderline
sorry.
on
It's
the
just
epic.
like got under my skin with this game. It's been building up all week.
You know what's gotten under my skin this whole week that's been building up?
What?
These segments for VHS. I can't wait. I'm gonna talk about
Oh God.
After we watched VHS Beyond last Friday. By the way, Rob, you were snoring when I said this, so I had watched it earlier that morning at work. He's done it again.
No, I've gone back to Beyond as well since that day, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Oh yeah, no, like I had watched it that morning before we podcast. I cheated.
Oh,
I cheated.
you sneaky bastard!
I couldn't help it. I had to see that alien in the fucking. I had to see it. And it was at work, and it was like really nothing happening, and I was like, oh, gotta watch it. You know why? Because I was gonna come home and watch it. Yep, I was gonna come home and watch it and have a couple of beers and probably forget things. So I had to watch it first. And anyhow, we'll get to it. As I thought about this franchise all week long, I realized something. I really do like this franchise. I appreciate the VHS franchise as a whole, and after Beyond, after the last 4, I can't see them not making more of these. You know, an annual tradition.
Absolutely.
They work, and the fact that it's bloody disgusting and Shudder and all that stuff, man, just keep it there. Just keep it there.
I agree.
It works on so many levels. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that they get, you can get like us, if we was really that dedicated, we can do a skit. We can make a segment for this. I appreciate them giving people chances. It's just it's yeah, man. I do. All week long I was thinking about it, man. I appreciate this franchise more than I thought. And it's just so good because everything is so different. Everything is so different. It is up to interpretation of how you want to take certain things. I absolutely love it. But we can only rank 5 segments as our best and our worst. But I'm thinking we got to do like a cheat, right? Because whenever we do these top tier lists, we throw a cheat in there. We've done it the last couple times, so I guess we could have a mulligan in here. We can do a not an honorable mention, but just here's my 5. But I truly enjoyed this segment also. You know?
So it's cheap. So it's cheap per best and worst, or just
no, because I mean, your top 5 worst has got to be like the worst ones. You know what I mean? Because here's the deal. In my opinion, the great outweigh the bad in this franchise by a lot.
Yeah.
Like, to me, there's so many more segments that are good, and I think I counted correctly. I think there's 30 segments in the entire franchise right now. There's more good than bad in it. So I can pull 5 of like, I couldn't stand this, right? And then if I do 6 or anything like that, then it's just pulling straws. It's just that, I really didn't care for it, but I didn't hate it. The 5 I have, I'm kind of like, man, listen, stab it with a fucking knife. But the best, that's where it gets tricky because, man, I had to take some stuff off, man. I had to rearrange, and I'm still mad. I'm mad at my list. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm mad at my list. But let's start this. We'll do the top 5 best and worst segments first, and then we'll rank the movies. But we're gonna start with the worst because I think we should start at the bottom of the barrel and then work our way up. So, Rob, I'll start with you. All right. So here's what we'll do. We'll do our 5s. Everybody gets their 5s, go around, do the 4s, so on and so forth like that. We've been doing that the last couple times. Sounds like a plan?
Yeah.
All right. So, Rob, what is your 5th worst segment from the VHS franchise?
It's from VHS Beyond, and it's called Fucking Fur Babies. So, originally, I wasn't going to include this, and I'm going to be brief, but when I went back and watched VHS Beyond sober, this movie is the equivalent of being kicked in the nuts by a steel-tipped boot at the fucking hardcore show, because it just takes the wind out of everything. It's too fucking slow. I don't give a shit. We just saw fucking aliens. I don't want to see Betty Butt fucking Crockett turning people into her dead fucking dogs. It's a cool concept. I will say that. It's a cool concept. It's nice. It's different. But in this one, nah. This one was tied to Bone Storm for me from Viral, but this one took the fucking cake.
Wow. That was your number 5?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow, all right. Wow. I'm really looking forward to seeing what was your worst, the number 1 most hated VHS segment. I think I know. I'm going to disagree with you there, but I think I know.
I don't think you'll disagree.
Oh, my God. Maybe not. JR, what was your number 5, your 5th least favorite or worst?
I'm gonna have to go with the sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger.
Oh, wow.
Number 5.
Interesting.
Disjointed as a whole. The plot didn't really pay off or convey what was talked about at the end of it. I didn't enjoy it. I found it rather boring with some decent scares for sure, but it just aliens. I never got the sense that anything in that was alien.
Same.
Yeah. No, that's number 5. And it was unfortunately from the VHS 1 movie. Or the first one. I don't know. Transformers 1.
Yeah. Go see it.
Huh. Wow. So that's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this real quick. I forgot to take out my book so I can write these down and do it.
He writes them down.
No, because at the end we aggregate it, right? And we figure out at the end we'll make our definitive top 5 list of each one, best and worst. So all right, right now worst. 5. Aha. By the way, I'm doing this because, in all honesty, I'm still stuck at number 4 with this one. I have 4. I'm stuck at 5. But I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna cheat, not use a cheat. I'm just gonna cheat. So hang on. Says Rob said fur babies as top, as number 1. I mean, as number 5.
I can't be mad at that, dude. I can't be mad at that. It was so.
JR said, what was it? Something going on with Mary.
The sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger.
Sick Emily. We gotta.
But yeah, I didn't like Tusk
that.
by Kevin Smith, and that reminded me a lot of that.
All right. So, y'all probably disagree with me here. This one, I thought about it. I could not give one over the other. So it's kind of a tie. Here's where I cheat. This is a tie for me. And in all honesty, I mean, it's VHS's 1, Tuesday the 17th, tied with VHS 85's Dream Kill.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dream Kill, huh?
Yeah, here's the reason why. Tuesday the 17th was cool. I had some cool kills like in Slasher, but I did not like the idea of this fucking glitch slasher. Like, I just didn't like it. I gotta be honest. I was like, ow, this is a fucking glitch? What is this, the Matrix? Nah, it didn't vibe. But again, there was some cool kills in there. I like that the girl lured her friends to get murked.
You're talking about Dream Kill?
No, I'm talking about Tuesday the 17th from VHS 1.
Okay, yeah. No, you're good. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the glitch thing, I was just like, I can't get behind it. So I did not like it. I had to put it there, but at the same time, Dream Kill is cool, but I still don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm always drunk watching that shit. I don't know. I don't get it. Is the kid killing these people when he sleeps? Is he making somebody kill them while they sleep? I don't get it. See, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But for me, it's a tie between those two. And yeah, I'm sorry. If somebody wants to explain to me Dream Kill, please try to make me understand.
I always just assumed that it was the kid being able to see these things happening through the person's eyes. Not that he was directly involved with any of it, but just that he was like some kind of medium type character who just saw this shit going on. I'm not sure if that's correct. I was drunk when we watched it, so my reading of that might not be wholly there, but I would definitely put another one from 85 above that. But I digress. That's one.
That's one. Whoa. You got one. Oh, you got the first one. Shit. Clap your hands.
I digressed the digression.
You did. Jesus Christmas. Clap your hands to the beat, y'all. I'm still here. I'm just I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Working on stuff. Working on stuff. 3.
Working on stuff.
I gotta stop working on stuff and get back to the podcast.
Forgot it.
Oh God! See, this is bad. There we go. All right. So that was our top. That was our 5th worst in the VHS franchise. Let's go to number 4. We'll start with you, JR. What was your 4th worst?
You know what? Go to Rob real quick. This one's hard, man.
Okay, Rob. What was your 4th?
My 4th of my top worst is from VHS 1, and it's Second Honeymoon. I do not care. I do not give a fuck. Like, I love me a slow burn. I really do. But to have a slow burn, it's got to be fucking interesting to some extent. And this just isn't it. This is wife not liking fiance and decides me want girl. So let me fucking kill him. It's really not done in an interesting way. It's certainly not paced in an interesting way. And I could honestly do without this one and the last one ever existing. Fuck it.
I swear to God, Rob, if I see this pattern come the next one, I'm gonna just shut the podcast down. You know, I don't care about making the whole fucking year. I'm just gonna leave. You know, so go to JR's Gam streams. Just do that. You know, just fucking continue from there because this is ridiculous. JR, do you have a fourth? Oh, you'll see why later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was having a hard time picking between my fourth TKNOGD.
Techno God.
I hate it. I hated that. Not the worst one because there's still some fantastic acting in it, but as a whole, the premise, dumb. Not only dumb, that's the only one out of all of these that I don't think fits the theme of VHS 85. 85.
Okay.
Who the fuck was talking about VR in 1985?
Nintendo.
Y'all just discovered computers. What? I digress. That's one. Wow.
Oh, G1's on the fucking game right now, baby.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, as a whole, that one, it's got some great character acting moments, but as a whole, it doesn't pay off for me. It's a lot of build-up and weirdness for nothing. It's just weird and dumb. That's okay. Skip it. Fast forward. Be a man.
Be a fucking man. So far, JR, I ain't got nothing you got. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My number 4 was kind of surprised me because I did kind of dig it, but when I thought about it at the end of the day, in terms of where I would put this, it was definitely not going on my best list. And when I really, really thought about it, I was like, yeah, you know what? Nostalgia aside, this was kind of bad. And that was Ozzy's Dungeon from VHS 99. Look, I had not seen this movie. I thought I did. I did not see it. So when I watched it after you guys watched it last week, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really did like the segments in this movie. And Ozzy's Dungeon was the one where, like, it stood out only because at first I'm like, this is kind of boring. I do like the Double Dare aspect. Like, I grew up watching Double Dare. I think Tom Summers, whatever his name was. But I had a great fucking time watching that shit. And this was Double Dare. And then Homegirl's leg snaps, and it's gross and disgusting, and I can't see things like that. It was good when I was watching. It was gory as hell. But it was the aftermath of all that. It was like, what is this going to be about? And it basically, Mama Duke's kidnapping the guy years later and making him go through a makeshift obstacle course of this shit, climbing through filth and shit because it was shit. And then for him to be like, I'll take you to see Ozzy. And yeah, it was just, and when I really thought about it, I was like, this one is dumb. The best thing about this one was that nasty ass gore in the beginning with her leg snapped and her face at the end when she was like, oh, mama thought I was going to give her a wish? Fuck out of here. Melt them all. They used me as a pawn. I really liked that, but it was so not enough to save it from my worst list. So that's my number 4, Ozzy's Dungeon. You stay there, Ozzy. Stay in your dungeon. Yeah, so let's see. Could we go to JR for his number 3, or should we just go back to Rob?
Oh, I've got my number 3 ready.
Oh, let's do it.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Second honeymoon.
Oh my god.
It's such a fucking slog. You guys heard us live reactions, all of these except Beyond. Second honeymoon is a nothing burger. It's all and not a lot of I mean, it kind of pays off, but again, it's the same problem with the sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger. It doesn't pay off. Yes, there's little hints in there, but ultimately, from the character's perspective, you don't get anything. You don't get from the wife that she's unhappy and wants to be with a woman, that she's plotting to kill her husband. You get none of that. It doesn't lead up. It just happens. It's amateur. The best I could describe Second Honeymoon is amateur filmmaking without a script. You had a premise, you didn't do anything with the premise, and you just said, wife, want girlfriend, not husband, kill husband. A divorce would have sufficed. Why'd you have to kill him? There's your plot hole. Why did you have to kill? It's not like he was a bad guy. He was boring. Boring. He was just some dude. What the fuck? Give me something. That's the biggest movie sin. It doesn't give me shit. Fuck Second Honeymoon. Get out of here.
Get it together.
Fuck, you should have.
Amen.
Be mad. Rob, what was your number 3?
I'll keep it brief. My number 3 is Techno God from VHS 85.
Shit.
I love Homegirl in that short. I have such a crush on her. I really do. But having a crush on the leading lady doesn't do much for when you kind of just ruin, like, the pacing of it all. I mean, VHS 85 kind of starts off strong, and then we get the big earthquake with the fucking demigod under fucking Mexico and shit. And then we get that, and it's like, that's a really, really tough jerk. Like, that's, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like the movie was on a leash, and then you just pulled hard as fuck on it. Like a bad seatbelt in a car accident. It's like whiplash a little bit. It's an interesting premise, I will say that, and there's definitely nothing else like that in the VHS franchise. But just because it's interesting and just because there's nothing else like it doesn't really do too much in the long run, you know? So that's why Techno God is my number 3. And yeah.
Well, Rob, the podcast does continue, and we will get to 1 year because I do not have Techno God up on my worst list.
Really?
Cool.
Shockingly. I had to give it thought. I'll give it thought when we break down our honorables. But my number 3, which was from, hold up. Oh, yeah. Viral. Bone Storm.
Oh, no shit.
I gotta be honest.
Understandable.
Yeah.
This is another one of those. And I understood what was going on. Unlike with Dreamkill, I'm like, I don't get it. I got this one. I just don't think the execution was there. These were not zombies like they were supposed to be. They were guys in fucking what's the Halloween store that always pops up every year?
Spirit Halloween.
They were Spirit Halloween costumes, bro. That's what this was. Spirit Halloween costumes with fucking baby powder thrown on it to make it give it the dust effects in the middle of wherever the fuck, New Mexico, or I don't even know. Probably it could have been Nevada. It could have been fucking Los Angeles right at the... who knows? But this one was boring, man. Boring as fuck. Skateboarding kids getting attacked by cult members who then turn into zombies. No, give me zombies. Just give me zombies. Just give me fucking zombies. This one is a complete miss for me. But it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the most egregious, but it was a complete miss. And I was like, in a movie full of misses, kind of, this one was like the miss, in my opinion. But I digress. Oh, that's one! I threw that in there. All right. So we're at our number 2s now. So let's just, for the record, let's count down real quick. Rob, coming in at number 5, has Fur Babies. JR has Emily Being Sick from VHS 1. I have a tie between Tuesday the 17th and Dreamkill. Rob's number 4 is Second Honeymoon. It's crazy. JR's number 4 is Techno God. My number 4 is Ozzy's Dungeon. Ugh. Rob's number 3, Techno God. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. JR's number 3, Second Honeymoon. My number 3, Bone Storm.
Bone Shit Storm.
That's what it feels like. Drives me crazy. Listen, to my Mexican cousins out there, all right? My Mexican cousins out there. This one wasn't it. There is a better VHS segment that has to do with your culture. All right? There's a whole much better segment that has to do with your culture. It just wasn't this one. But I digress. Number 2. Speaking of number 2, let's get into the second ones. JR, what's your number 2?
This one, it's hard. It's hard because I have 2 number 2s, bro.
I had 2
really
number
do.
5, so go ahead.
Is that one of those cheats I can use?
Sure, why not? Cheat.
Parallel Monsters and Bone Storm.
Wow, all right.
I fucking hated both of them equally. Listen, I got an idea. We'll start with Parallel Monsters.
Wrong.
You create an interdimensional door, and the first thing you do is trust your other self. You're an idiot. Not only are you an idiot, your wife shoots you in the face. You deserved it. You're dumb. It had ideas, but that's the best you could do. The parallel was a satanic world where people's genitals are monsters? That really?
And your eyeballs glow?
That's the best you can fucking do. Fuck Parallel Monsters. You wasted a good premise. The Multiverse of Madness did your shit better. And it's a Marvel movie, and it's not very good. I digress, too. Bone Storm. Yo. Oh, those skater kids started out unlikable.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I give a flying fuck about them when they're being attacked by Day of the Dead wannabe cult members and a weird witch and a 9mm gun that no one said they had but just have that never runs out of ammo? Stop hitting the zombies with skateboards. Why don't you just run away?
Right.
You can run faster than a fucking skateboard. Fuck Bone Storm. Seriously. Fuck Bone Storm. Fuck Parallel Monsters. Fuck those 2. There's no fucking way they weren't both gonna be number 3. What the fuck? Mediocrity. Son of a fucking bitch, dude. And why didn't the fucking zombies, fucking Day of the Dead motherfuckers actually do anything? What was the giant monster? Why was there a helicopter? Why was there a helicopter? You kept focusing on the helicopter. Nothing happened. And Parallel Monsters. What the fuck was in the bag? What was in the bag? I'm done. Fuck them. Fuck. Sorry, Silent Hill 2 pissed me off this week.
That number 2 apparently is pissing you off. Rob, what was your number 2?
My number 2 is Dante the fucking Great from VHS Viral. let me just say, first impressions are everything. And when it comes to VHS, you're introduced to an overarching story. So in this sense, I couldn't initially give it to that. I had to give it to Dante the Great because it's just a motherfucker with demon cloth. Feed me peoples and make you fucking rich. It's like, I don't care. I never did care. And me, however many years ago, is still fucking upset about it. He's still sitting in front of his fucking laptop, pitch black, dead at night, 12 a.m. the next day, staying up late just to watch this. And the first fucking thing he gets is, goddamn, my cape will eat you. My cape like a devore. It eats you. It's demon. Fuck off. I hate Dante the Great. There's nothing fucking great about him. Fuck off with your bad fucking haircut, shitty fucking attitude, treating your assistants like ants. Get the fuck out of here, Dante the Great. The only thing that shit is fucking great for is giving me goddamn Hajita. Fuck out of here, man. Sheesh.
Spoiler
Call
alert.
Dante the fucking lame.
Spoiler alert. It's on one of my lists.
Well, I'm sorry, but that shit fucking stunk. That is some unclean, unwashed ass. That's all that is. I have more to say, but I'll save it for later.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Oh my god. All right, my number 2, Second Honeymoon. Fuck that movie. I'm not even gonna try to rant or rave, but fuck that segment. That shit was cornball shit.
It's ass.
You can't start your franchise with something like "I Like You," gargoyle, fucking horrifying monster woman, and then go and do this whack ass. It's a terrible segment. It's a fucking terrible segment. It
really is.
It's so fucking bad because to me, you start your shit out with the supernatural, and your next skit segment is what's that fucking shit all these women be watching right now? The fucking serial killer chronicles or whatever the fuck that shit. Because they always trying to be killing us. Because we don't do nothing wrong. Okay, I don't know why you keep watching that show, woman. Yeah, that's why I lock my door at night. Sorry. I'm sorry. I love my wife. I just want y'all to know that shit. I love her to death, okay? I love her to death. She actually told me I had to say that. But it's okay. I'll say it. No problem. No problem. Because I don't want to go on a second honeymoon. Just going to say that. Yeah,
especially to LA.
Especially to LA. It's just it's stupid. It really is. And it bothers the fuck out of me because I'm like, okay, you know what? That's not a bad thriller. But in the scope of what you just set up and when you look at the series as a whole, it doesn't fit at all. It does not fit. Everything else had an element of the supernatural. This one has zero. It's my number 2, and it's horrible.
Oh,
Alex,
you did watch none of these movies with us.
No, I did not. But what's up?
Well, we are right now in the middle of our top 5 worst VHS segments. Have you seen all of the VHS movies, Alex?
I have not, but I'll just be here to listen.
All right, you could play cheerleader. It's great. It's great. And
I could.
You could keep count of the digress account. There you go.
There you go.
Right now, we all have 2.
I'll be a cheerleader in the background with pom poms for you guys. There you go.
We'll fucking love it. Fucking love it. But right now, we're up to our number 1. And I don't know if this got lost in translation, but number 1 is the least favorite, right? Like it had to be, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm confused with Rob's list. I'm so fucking confused by it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, really? And then Dante the Great, I could have sworn that was number 1. But, oh my god.
Happy to keep you guessing.
Yeah, you know what? The suspense is killing me, but I'll start with JR. JR, what was your number 1 worst? Uh-oh, he's giving the look.
I really, really thought it would have been Dante the Great, because I bitched. You guys know I bitched that whole time. But there was a movie I didn't bitch about when we were streaming. A movie that we were bullshitting during the whole segment because it's that fucking forgettable. Dream Kill.
Wow!
Dream Kill. Listen. You're telling me a goth kid can see into the future of what his dad can do and never put a bullet in his dad's head. I digress. That's 2.
That's 3.
That's 3. You're ripping off Slumber Party Massacre 2. That's 4. I digress. I was gonna say it. It's just a bad. It's bad. It's boring. Oh my god. You tried to do true crime in VHS.
Oh, that's the one. True crime.
It's not inherently a bad idea. I like my true crime. I like listening about Albert Fish. I like the Waco, Texas siege and Ruby Ridge and shit. I got my podcast for that from Time Suck. But what the fuck? Why do you have to look like a circus act? I understand that was goth in the 80s, I guess, but holy fuck. He looks like literally he would come at the idea of going to an ICP Juggalo gathering. I fucking hate him. And the dad, really? You're telling me he makes his way into a police station? Trained police officers. We're talking trained police officers. If I was to go to police academy, it's like 3 fucking months of training. A half-ass serial killer can kill all of those motherfuckers.
JR, real quick, let me interject.
Yeah.
This supposedly, let's just say for the sake of argument, happens in 1985, correct? Because it's from VHS 85.
Yeah, it is.
In 1984, the Terminator walked into a police station and murked everybody.
I know, but there's a difference between the Terminator, who is a android robotic killing machine
From the future!
from the future, and some asshole who wants to be a slasher film from sleepaway camp. Fuck off! No! 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 Fucking boring! It's so fucking boring! I could tell what was gonna happen 6 miles away! Literally, I held binoculars in my hand to the TV screen trying to... Oh, yeah, no, it's the dad. Fucking predictable. Fucking boring. It's not a VHS segment. Go back to your A&E fucking bullshit. Fuck out of here. Fuck that segment. It pisses me off because you could have done something. You could have done something. You could have took inspiration from some of the greats. You're talking about you could see the future in your dreams. Why aren't you going Freddy Krueger or Slumber Party Massacre 2? You're not. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm still angry about Silent Hill 2.
My God. Listen, Rob, I'm going to go next because the suspense from yours is killing me, but I think that's the best one because I can't... Listen. I don't understand how none of you motherfuckers, especially you, JR, don't even have it on your list. But how the fuck can anybody justify the absolute bullshit that was fucking fur babies? Justin Long, you know what? Justin Long? When your eyeballs got ripped out in Jeepers Creepers, I fucking cheer now even harder because fuck you. Fuck you for that bullshit. How do you take such a fucking fantastic movie and put that in it. I don't
The only
understand.
segment, might I add, without aliens.
The only segment without aliens. It's absolutely mind fucking boggling. It drives me crazy. I remember both times watching that shit and saying, it's gonna get better. It's gotta get better. There's gonna be something. There's gonna be some. There was nothing. The bitch literally was fucking putting dead dogs onto humans and then making the humans bark. That shit was so fucking stupid. Rob, I couldn't believe it was your number 5. I was like, number 5? Is he out of his mind? Do you understand how bad that... JR, you don't even have it on your list. What the fuck?
To be fair, hear me out. I don't like it. It would be number 6.
Number 6.
But the practical effects, I have to give it props for, because they made human dog hybrids not CG and it was practical. I have to give props where props are due. The story is absolutely fucking bonkers stupid. It would be a number 6. It really fucking would, because it's so stupid. But you had bad taxidermy, which cracked me up.
That is funny.
And seriously, those practical effects for me worked. I will not disagree with you guys, though. I can't fight it, and I won't fight it. I get it.
All right, for you not having it on your list, I still disagree. But I'll give you the practical effects thing, even though I thought they were utter shit. I thought they were utter shit.
Fair.
That shit looked like something that came out of a fucking parody movie. Then, in what is one of the best VHS movies ever, one of the best horror films I've seen in a very long time. When you add it all up, this one does not fit. It is. I mean, look. If Second Honeymoon does not make sense when it comes right after fucking Amateur Night, this doesn't make sense at all in the... Oh, God. You know what, man? Fuck this. I fucking hated this one. It is my number 1. I fucking hate this one. This one needs to die. I hate it. I hate it. I digress. That's 3. Fuck. Alex, I hope you
Now
keep
you're
count.
catching up.
God. I hate that. It's so stupid. It literally is so fucking
stupid.
And
I wish it would have been like a top 10 worst.
And it kills me because
6.
it kills me because you know what? When you hate somebody, that means that actor did a great job. I couldn't stand her. She was so fucking cringe, but it makes all the sense. You know what pissed me off the most? Motherfuckers, call the cops. Call the fucking cops! Call the fucking cops!
We were all saying it the whole fucking segment. Call the cops. And they're like, we're not going to get the cops involved.
It literally
They're
is.
not going to do anything. Oh, shut the fuck up. Yes, they would.
It literally is. It literally is the worst fucking segment in the entire franchise when it comes to common sense. Those people are fucking stupid. They all deserve to die. Fuck it. I'm sorry. Anybody. Nobody like them are watching this podcast. We know that. But fuck that short segment piece of shit. Justin Long, I see you. You know what? You pissed me off twice now. You pissed me off in Die Hard 4 because I fucking hate that movie. And you pissed me off with this shit because you're better than that, Justin Long. So if I see you, I'm going to kick you in your long ding ding. I'm done. Rob, what's your number 1? Fuck.
My number 1 is probably even more offensive than fucking fur babies, because nothing sucks more than a bad segment. But nothing sucks harder than a bad overarching story.
Oh, you cheated.
As my number 1 is Vicious Circles, which is the frame narrative and prologue for VHS Viral.
Yeah.
I do not give a singular, a cylindrical, a goddamn linguistic word that I can't even conjure in my think sack. Where in the fuck, how in the fuck, when in the fuck is going on with this fucking overarching narrative Bitch, motherfucker lost his goddamn girlfriend. She got sucked into a fucking iPhone. Hey, deep throat this shit for me, baby. That's all it is. It's a fucking phone. I could not give a fuck about the overarching story, what was going on. This made VHS Viral harder to fucking watch. Harder than Dante the fucking Mid. Harder than fucking Bone Storm. Harder than fucking Dick Genitalia fucking Darkness Monster Xbox 360. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Because at least when a segment is bad, you can go back to a fucking overarching story and see, experience something that's going to keep you interested in what happens afterwards. This is VHS Viral's biggest fucking mistake. Not Demon Cape, not fucking Vagina Mouth, not fucking, I don't even, what was the goddamn, fucking Skateboarders, fucking Ming Hag, CKY, the fucking Demon Attack, whatever the fuck. This was the worst thing about Viral. You didn't make me care about anything going on with the main quote-unquote character. Fuck Viral. Fuck the first one, the second one, and the third one. But most of all, fuck Vicious Circles. Because that is the biggest fucking letdown. Killed the franchise for what, 7 years?
Yeah.
Deserved.
Yeah, wow.
Deserved.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that I omitted purposefully the overarching narrative of each VHS movie. Omitted them on purpose. And yet, just like life, Rob finds a way.
I always do. I'm Jeff Goldblum, motherfucker.
Gee, you damn right. Jesus Christmas. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't hate that. I don't hate that narrative. I don't know why, but it always rings back to this movie called The Signal. And that's what I feel like when I'm watching that shit. It's The Signal. That's what it is. It's The Signal. And I like The Signal, so I don't know. But I get where you're coming from. And yes, it did kill a fucking franchise for 7 years.
It's a weak signal, if you ask me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at you. All right, so that's our top 5 worst. Let's quickly aggregate what things we have and that are the same here. So, with the exception of JR, because he's absolutely out of his fucking mind. Rob and myself, he has it at 5. I have it at number 1. Fur Babies. Fur Babies. So I'm just going to put it up there. Fur Babies. That is up on the list. Now, and this is in no particular order. Yep, I got you. No particular order. Rob and JR have it. I don't techno God. Got to put it up there. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. Techno God. You know why I didn't? Because I gave this thought, Rob. I did, JR, Rob, and Alex. I gave this thought. I was initially putting Techno God up there because it does just throw me off. But then I really gave it more thought, and I said to myself, you know what, though? That kill was fucking violent and gruesome. And the idea of her... I mean, granted, I still don't get the whole, virtual reality God thing. But the idea that there was a virus or a program that can kill you, well, I mean, somebody saw The Matrix. So why not? Is it my favorite? Nowhere near it. It would have definitely been on this list had we done a top 10. But I couldn't put it in top 5. I just thought that the others I just didn't like more. So that, all right. So we got Fur Babies, we got Techno God. Let's see. Check that. Check. Well, second. Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna put that over here. Woo! Second Honeymoon. All right, we got Second Honeymoon. Shit. It's crazy. After that, we all go in different directions. All right, nope, wait, Bone Storm. Me and JR, Bone Storm. And also, let me just make sure real quick. Yeah, no, shit. Bone Storm and Dream Kill. Bone Storm and Dream Kill, because these, alright, so these 5 right here, Fur Babies, Techno God, Bone Storm, Dream Kill, and Second Honeymoon, we all have at least corroborated. The only differences here is you with Dante the Great and Vicious Circles, JR with Sick Emily, and me with Ozzy's Dungeon. Those are the only 3 deviations. Everything else is pretty much a wrap. So let's rank these. Let's take these 5 and put these 5 in order from best to worst, if you will. All right, so we got Fur Babies, Techno God, Bone Storm, Dream Kill, Second Honeymoon. I'm going to go out on a limb here because all 3 of us have Second Honeymoon on here. I think that is the #1 worst segment in VHS. We all 3 of us have it. So, what do you think? Yeah? That'd be #1?
Yeah.
All right.
It's unanimous, bro.
It's unanimous, yep. The Second Honeymoon was the absolute worst segment in the VHS franchise. I don't agree with that. But it's on all 3 of our lists, so that has to be. All right. Okay, shit. So now we got Fur Babies, Techno God, Bone Storm, Dream Kill. How do we fight this out?
Listen, I ain't gonna fight with you guys because it would have been in there if I didn't dislike VHS Viral so much, to where I had to have 2 on there. I'm okay with Fur Babies being #2.
Rob, what about you? You okay with Fur Babies being #2?
I'd rather put Vicious Circles at #2.
Oh, but you were the only one that put that on the list, so it doesn't make the list.
Sure.
Yeah. You forced my hand, Yugi.
Haha. But I have yet to play the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
It's time to do.
Listen, that's a good anime. Be a man.
It is. It's a fun time.
So so is Fur Babies #2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it should be #1, but I mean, I digress. All right, that's 4. Oh God. All right, Techno God, Bone Storm, Dream Kill. All right, I'm gonna just say this right now. I think Dream Kill is gonna probably come in 5th.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think it's 5th. Because again, my whole beef with it was I just don't understand it. You know, so it's like it's not memorable to me. It's not that I hate it. So
yeah,
I think that's a solid. That's a decent 5. Now Techno God and Bone Storm. This is where it gets interesting, right? Because I just explained why I don't hate Techno God. But at the same time, I totally understand why it's not good. And it would have probably have been #7 on my list. But Bone Storm, I mean, I had it at #3 and JR had it tied for #2. So I'm thinking that goes to #3. Unless, Rob, you got something to say. Yeah, you think it's fine now?
That worked for me because it was tied for #5 for me.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, why didn't
I just didn't say nothing.
Oh, you predicted we were going to do this. Okay. All right, then that leaves Techno God to be #4, and we have our absolute worst list segment of the VHS franchise. Coming in at #1 is Second Honeymoon. Keep track of this, Alex. I'm going to test you later. #2, Fur Babies. Absolute shit. Fuck. #3, Bone Storm. #4, Techno God. And #5, Dream Kill, rounding out the worst segments in the VHS franchise. I got no problem with that list. Still think Fur Baby should be number 1. I fucking hate that shit, but I have no problem with that list. Now, let's get to the fun. Let's get to the fun. Our top 5 favorite segments. The best segments in the VHS franchise. And this one was hard because, again, 30 segments, okay? And we could only pick 5. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
This one was rough. This one pissed me off. But you know what? I had a clear 1, 2, and 3. I'll just say that. I had a clear 1, 2, and 3. It was 4 and 5. 5 especially, because there was... When you get to the 5th one, right? Which is like... Not your least favorite. It's just... It probably got knocked down a couple of notches as each movie came out, right? But I'm sitting there and I'm like... But then there was this segment that... Oh, God... Whoo! When I tell you I struggled a bit with this one. I did. But, you know what? I'll start it off. I will start it off. My number 5 best segment from the VHS franchise is the very first segment from the VHS franchise, and that is Amateur Night. This shit still gives me the motherfucking creeps, man. Like, this is a scary yet beautiful segment. And watching it with y'all last week, I appreciated it even more because, like, we kind of dissected it like a fucking face does at the end of the movie, at the end of the segment. But we were like breaking things down and just adding different nuances to the lore. Like, what if it's her first night out and that's why it's called Amateur Night and shit like that? And it's just like, yo, all of this shit is dope. And I had so much trouble with this number 5 pick because there's at least 3 to 4 other segments that could easily have been in this spot. But I gotta give credit to where credit is due. This shit set the tone for what VHS would become. And again, we just spoke about it. The second segment it totally ruined everything. It was like, what the fuck is this? You can't start with the supernatural and then fucking give me true crime. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But this literally set me off. And I mean, the idea of date rape, like all of this shit in there, it's so fucked up. But the tables are turned at the end. And I honestly, it's just so fucking, oh, and it got a movie. So, I mean, it got a standalone movie, right? I still didn't see it. What was it called? Siren, Rob? Was it Siren?
Siren, yeah.
Yeah, I really got to watch that. I might have to do that this weekend. Between Beetlejuice and hopefully Joker. I don't know. But yeah, that's my number 5. It had to be on this list because it is good, but it set the tone. And yeah, no, I loved it. I really did. I did. It's number 5 on my top 5 list. Rob, what's yours?
Shit. Okay. My number 5 is A Ride in the Park from VHS 2. It is the GoPro zombie segment. You can't not. It's probably one of the coolest things done with zombies up until that point, and even to today. It brings forth not only a cool-looking story, an interesting-looking story, but a bit of a heartbreaking one as well. And something like that being done with zombies beyond, oh no, that was my boyfriend, I'm sad now. It's just so perfectly done. Plus you get FPS zombie action. It's sick. I fucking love this. And speaking of setting the tone, this kind of sets the tone for my top 5. But yeah, fucking A Ride in the Park It was a ride in the park. It had to be on this fucking list. It had to. Because this, to me, in part, encapsulates what makes VHS awesome. Not only are we getting weird and new shit, but they're giving us alternate takes on things as well. And this is probably my like favorite as far as alternate takes go.
Yeah, nah, I'm in agreement with that. It was definitely something. Definitely something. JR, what was your number 5 best?
First of all, I want to thank y'all. We streamed our reactions to pretty much all of these fucking movies on my live stream channel. I'm here in chat. Like and subscribe to the G Show. Like and subscribe to my shit. For real, thank y'all. Unfortunately, you weren't there for Rob and Mai's reaction to this one.
Yeah, the one I didn't see.
Because punk rock zombies and one with a fine ass mohawk with green tips. I have to give it to Shredding. That shit,
Absolutely.
Listen, I first watched 99, I didn't like it. This was my second time and it was hit and I was like, yo, I can't wait for these motherfuckers tonight. Like Rob and me talking about the dumb shit we did as kids. These motherfuckers are doing it. We used to do this shit. You know, we both talked about how we've gone into abandoned buildings where they were obviously ghosts and or hobos. Shredding brought back all of those nostalgic feelings. I realized how good it was with, the music, the punk rock aspect of it. The zombies, the punk rock zombies. It's Return of the Living Dead to me. Shredding. Listen, check it out. Because of it all of VHS 99, there are 2, and they are both on this list. The Shredding is number 5. It is fantastic. Worth your time.
I knew it.
Couldn't agree more.
I knew it. I know his second one is Ozzy's Dungeon.
Listen.
You know what, man? God, man. See, Rob, I threw it out there. I said top 10 or top 5. He said top 5. All right, yeah, it's more streamlined, but fuck, I wish it was a top 10 now, Rob. Fuck.
Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get to the top 10.
Well, Rob, speaking of you, what is your number 4?
My number 4? It's a lovely little tape from VHS 1 titled 10/31/98.
Ooh.
Haunted House. You don't get stories in movies like this anymore. And these chaps who made this fucking movie had a tiny little fucking time frame to tell a story, and they did it, and they did it in a way that is not only good but fucking terrifying at the same time. And that's something you don't see too much in horror these days, unless it's on a streaming service or unless it's got a limited fucking run in fucking theaters. 10/31/98. A lot like Shredding in some ways. Heading out with the boys to a fucking Halloween party, and now all of a fucking sudden, this ain't no fucking Halloween party. This is some other shit. And this is probably, for me, next to... no, you know what? I can't even say that because it's not here. But this is a core piece of what makes VHS so awesome. The fact that it gave us a haunted house story and did it so fucking well. It had to be on this list. It had to. It's a banger. VHS, the greatest tapes, the Blu-ray DVD collection. This one has to be on.
Yeah. I completely agree with it. We're going to take a quick commercial. Oh, the quick commercial break just came back running.
Sorry, I had to excuse myself for a second. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Rob literally just finished.
10/31/98, honestly. See why we needed 10? Rob, motherfucker. Let's do 5.
Hey, bro, I asked, and you were like, "No, this is more streamlined, dude."
To be
Yeah,
fair,
I did say that. That's my fault.
We didn't know how long my touch-up was going to be on my tattoo. It was 30 minutes. I thought it was going to be like an hour or two.
Again, the problem comes down to, all right, because there's so
Me.
many good segments,
Yeah.
it's the bad segments where you just start picking straws after a while. So 5 makes sense, and it makes it harder. Because I agree with both of y'all. Shredding, I fucking loved it, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
And 10/31/98, that's where I had problems with my number 5. That's where I had problems with my number 5. But I said to myself, the bookends to the first VHS movie are so fucking good. So fucking good. But Amateur Night set the tone. That's why I put that there. So, oh, I guess it's my turn. Right. My number 4.
Yeah.
Squeak. All right. My number 4, best VHS segment. Where am I? Oh, wait, here it is. Hear me out. Stowaway, VHS Beyond.
Damn.
Dude, yeah.
Listen. In all honesty, this was one of the finest shorts I've ever seen when it comes to aliens. Okay? Because it wasn't about alien abduction or what are aliens doing to somebody. It was about discovery. And that's all anybody who loves that shit wants. To discover something. And it's hard that this ain't up higher. I can't even put it into words. This segment was fucking dope. Again, it's about the discovery, the delivery, her performance, how she, honest to God, I sit there and I watch it and I think to myself, you know what? I'd probably be just like her, saying the things just like her. Like, well, she had some scientific shit that I would not have gotten. I would have gotten the nanobots, right? I would have gotten the nanotech. That would have been easy. But there were certain things. I loved it. But what really fucking hits home is, she's hiding from the alien. I don't even think the alien was malicious. They weren't looking for humans. They were taking animals and insects. It's crazy. So I don't think it was malicious. I think if anything, she would have gotten the wrong idea because he was going to try to save her life and put her in a protective gel. She wouldn't have understood that. But we never got to that. We never seen that. She hid from it. Now, whether or not do you think the alien knew she was there? Up for debate.
Oh, no.
No? He fucking
Definitely
killed her.
not.
Like, maybe he was like, oh, she's trespassing. This ain't about a stowaway. She's trespassing. I'm gonna kill her. The only way I know how. Engage. she's Jean-Luc Picard her. Engage.
But
no, it was...
Number 1.
Yeah, but it was dope. Honestly, it was dope. And the ending, the idea that the nanobots kept putting her back together like fucking Humpty Dumpty, but with
terrifying.
all the other DNA, absolutely terrifying. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved it. And in all honesty, if it wasn't for a couple of other things, namely that second movie, she would have been higher on this list. Stowaway would have been higher on this list. But for where it's at and for what my tastes are, it makes the list. It just makes it at number 4. So my number 4, Stowaway.
Yeah. I like it, dude. I like it.
All right.
Can't disagree.
JR, I'm going to come to you. What was your number 4?
It's hard, man. We gave VHS 2 a 5 out of fucking 5, dude. We really did. There's so many good segments, but if there's one fucking standout Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. It's so fucking hard. It's hard. It is, because I know what my number one is. I know that's solidified, but these ones are bouncing around the more I look at the fucking list. Safe Haven.
Damn.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Listen, a cult. I like cult shit, right? Like Jamestown or Jameson Town or fucking Waco, Texas. Fuck the siege at Ruby Ridge. We were talking about it earlier. I love occult shit. I love weird religious zealots that are just brainwashing people to follow them. I adore that shit. Do that in... What country is it? Cambodia?
Yeah, Cambodia.
Taiwan?
It's an
Vietnam?
Asian country. It's an Asian
Eastern... East Asia. Give me that. Give me a little bit of plot points. And definitely the pregnant woman gives birth to a demon god who calls the adulterer male Dada. It's creepy as fuck. I love that shit. Yo, the executions, the suicide shit, the rituals. I love it. Give me that. So good. It's so good. It reminds me seriously of David Koresh and Waco, Texas shit, but Asian. It reminds, you know what? David Koresh meets Junji Ito. That is Safe Haven. That is Safe Haven right there. I love the fuck out of that shit. Check that shit out. Check it out on YouTube. It's so fucking good. So good.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, you'll hear no qualms from me.
I'm sorry, it's one of those ones where like every time I watch it, I'm like noticing more and fucking more. It's so good.
It's Timo, bro.
Yeah,
Dog knows his shit.
he does.
That is a solid fucking segment. Like, it's legit solid. God, I love it. Rob, since we can't hear no qualms, I would love to hear what your number 3 is.
I might catch a little bit of flack from this, but
Dante the Great!
nah. My number 3 is Slumber Party Alien Abduction from VHS 2.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Just like A Ride in the Park, this short does what many movies, both back in the day to today, just really can't hit the nail on the head on. Because it's so short, it's so brief, but it's so fucking terrifying and heartbreaking at the same time. Very rarely do you get a movie, let alone a short that's under 20 minutes long, that encapsulates a genre, that encapsulates the feel of what you would think an alien abduction would be like. You know, you got your guys out in the middle of the field feeding their cows, and suddenly they get sucked up into the giant asshole of a fucking fine china dish floating in the sky and shit. Sure. But this was home invasion, but aliens. And once it starts, like once shit really starts going, it don't stop. And even when it ends, it still manages to tug at you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the genius of Slumber Party Alien Abduction. It just does this thing that people want to see. And it did it in under 20 minutes, made it fucking terrifying, and nailed it. Bar none, wrap it up, send it out. Amazon has shipped your package.
Not only do I agree with
so
you,
good. It's so good.
I watched that segment when this movie first came out. and I went camping like a couple of weekends after. I was always looking out that camper window. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And my cousin's like, bro, they ain't coming. I'm like, you don't understand, man. Aliens are real, and they're gonna abduct us. And we're gonna be probed.
And my Shih Tzu is going to be having the worst time ever.
I know. I feel so bad for that dog.
Just remember, if you're
Good boy.
camping and you're in a camper, go under the bed. The aliens ain't gonna get you.
That is true. Or have a wooden door. They can't open wooden door.
Apparently. But JR, what's your number
Yeah.
3?
Motherfucker, I swear to God. Listen. It's gonna be weird here because I'm going back to 99.
Whoa, there's no problem
One
with
that I said was my third least favorite. Because I could totally see me and a homie going to hell and then coming back to hell and back. Yo, that's fire. That's fire. Yo, hell is an eternal darkness. I love this shit. Demon possession. Ah, God, it's so good. You get 2 great characters. You can tell they're homies. And they're helping each other. They're saving each other. Brutal murder upon demonic entities. You definitely get a Roman soldier who speaks propereth Latinith English. It was fucking great. Satan's there. Imps are there. And oh my God. It reminds me of a game. And I always forget the fucking game. But you know what? I'm not going to forget it tonight. I'm not going to forget it tonight because GOG's taking forever to boot up on my PC. Hurry the fuck up so I can name the fucking game that I couldn't name in the fucking live stream while we were fucking talking about it. Agony. It reminds me of Agony the game. Where you go to hell and hell is this barren wasteland shit with murderers, psychopaths, faceless people, and anus lips. It's fantastic. I fucking love To Hell and Back, and the comedic aspects are there. It's like buddy comedy shit. It worked for me. It really did. It's simplistic, yes. It really is. But the characters help make that shit, the personalities. And then when they come back, and it's, of course, a Y2K fucking satanic ritual. They come back, one of them's in one body, the other's definitely not in their body, and then they get killed in the end. What, do they go back to hell? Like, does the cycle repeat? It's crazy to think about. To Hell and Back, it's fun. Horrifying, yes. But in the same vein that I would put, like, Shaun of the Dead.
Ah.
It's comedic and horrifying. It worked for me. It reminded me of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Just in hell. And that's why it's up here on number 3.
You know what kills me? I've had a week to watch that segment again because the first time I watched it, I was passed out. I passed out. Then I watched it again the next day, and I passed out again. So I never actually finished the entire segment, which upsets me. Yeah. Because I was enjoying it. Like you said, the buddy cop aspect, not buddy cop, but the buddy aspect of it.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts. It's fun.
Dude, there's literally a human centipede. It's not the movie. It is a human centipede where the arms are human arms. It's fucking great. I love it.
Unbelievable. Well, I guess it's my turn. And here's my number 3. And my number 3 is, where is it? Oh, here he is. I knew what it was. It's a Ride in the Park. Ride in the Park, VHS 2.
Hell yeah.
Rob pretty much summed it up. I'll just give my little take on it. A Ride in the Park for me, being a fucking humongous zombie fan. I love zombies. I was scared to death of them as children. Michael Jackson's Thriller did no favors for me. It just wasn't a thing. But because of Michael Jackson's Thriller, I was like, alright, they can't be that scary. Then not only that, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, definitely not that scary. But it was like Night of the Living Dead. When you start looking and watching these things, I'm like, oh God, the zombie genre is the most horrifying genre of all time. The problem is, it keeps repeating itself. It regurgitates everything. What do we do different? Well, you take 15 minutes, 10 to 12, 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, right? And you do a ride in the park. And it is absolute genius because you're doing first-person perspective from a zombie because of a GoPro camera. It's genius. It's absolute genius. But at the same time, absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. And that ending, the ending, he's still there. He's still there. Oh my God, when I tell you, I shut down. I was like, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And again, I don't know how much, how many more of these movies are coming out. This is VHS 2. It's VHS 2. What was this segment in VHS 2? This was the second segment in VHS 2. The second one. The second segment in VHS 1 sucks.
It does.
So we're over here, and I mean, like, now we're moving. VHS 2, so far, so good in terms of where we're at right now. A ride in the park, man. I mean, again, it's the zombies, man. The way everything was done, I loved it. The two hikers, and then the one's eating the other, and then the other one winds up waking up and is a zombie. And they look at each other like, all right, let's get up and go get somebody else. Oh, man, I loved it. I loved it. It is, honest to God, one of my all-time favorites. A ride in the park. It's an original take on the zombies.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, God. There's something about giving a zombie humanity. And in the way that they did it, it was so subtle and it was so heartbreaking because he realizes after hearing his girlfriend's voice, essentially, that he's never going to live that life and that for all he knows, she's just like him, like maybe 15 minutes later. Something about that just really touches on the nerve. It's like, yeah, we get to see zombies chomping motherfuckers in first person. That's awesome. But then you get that one little bit at the end. And it's like, that's memorable. Yep. That's different. Yep. That's bringing a whole new spin on the genre itself.
Yep.
That's something to take notice of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is, man. I do. I appreciate that segment so fucking much. I love it.
I love that shit.
But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna do my number 2, and then we're gonna work our way up. It'll be JR, and then it'll be you, Rob, and then we'll work our way back down. So here we go. Staying in the realm of VHS 2, coming in at number 2. My God Almighty. Slumber Party Alien Abduction. Come on, listen. You talk about scary, that's probably the scariest segment in all of VHS. In all of it, in the entire franchise, that's the scariest one. That's the scariest one. You can take your evil cults bringing the devil alive. Yeah, all that. This shit right, this shit right here. Being a child, a stupid child, the mischievous child, the child that's gonna jump in on your sister while she's having sex with a boyfriend, being dumb because parents are out of town. Don't throw a party. That's actually the movie. Digress. 4, maybe 5. I don't know. I digress. 5 definitely. You see all of that shit as a kid. And see, this is where I might differ from like JR. JR don't give a fuck. I don't want to see the harm happen to the children. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And then this happens. And then the fucking aliens come. And these aliens are coming to get you. And they're not going to stop. They're coming to get you. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Run, kid, run. I'm not even a pet person. Run, doggy. Run, dog. Please, run. Get out of there, dog. Don't fuck the kids. Just run, dog. Run. Go to the police station. Show them the tape. It is mind-boggling how good this short segment was.
Oh, yeah.
From the very beginning of them jumping into the water and seeing that quick glimpse of an alien, they don't even recognize what they caught on camera. The fucking ship in the lake. All of that stuff, when I watch UFO videos on YouTube, yeah, that's what it looks like. That's scary. Oh my God. To me, that's the scariest thing. Where my bed is, the window's right there. My backyard, man, I'll wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, look out the window, and hope I don't see nothing just floating above my pool. Like, it's that visceral for me. It hooks into my brain.
Absolutely.
The idea that alien...
It's almost like...
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It's almost like a greatest hits of all of those creepy alien videos, UFO videos on YouTube. Like, you get all of that, but you get the fantastical element that the YouTube videos never show you. And it just erupts by, like, its end. And just, like, it becomes a genre-defining piece of media. It really does. And I'm not just glazing it, but it really fucking does. Mm-hmm. No alien abduction, no alien horror movie has even come close to this, like, what, 15-minute short?
Yep.
And it's crazy because VHS 2 has that honor. It has that fucking aspect to it where it's like, yeah, this is how hard we going. This is how hard we fucking rolling with it. And I still to this day, I will sing that thing's praises.
It's insane, and I love it. I do, and it really was like it solidified VHS 2 because I think that's the last segment, and it's just like, yo, you gave me first person zombies and then this, fuck you. Oh, and not to mention Baphomet. You gave me Baphomet too. All right. Fuck you, VHS 2. Fuck you for fucking up my fucking outlook on anthology movies. Thanks. But I digress. That's 6. JR, we're going up to you. What is your number 2?
Can I cheat? Fuck it. 2's hard, man.
Yeah, we do have cheats. We can cheat. You want to what? Double it up or?
It's gonna be a double.
All right.
If y'all are okay with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna cheat soon anyway. We're cheating.
We're gonna cheat more?
No. We all get one cheat.
All right. Here's my cheat here. Number 2, it's hard. It really is. So I will start with the least likely and go with Terror from VHS 94. The cult compound with the vampire.
Oh, I love it so much.
It's so good. Not only is it just mysterious, this is how you build it up. They keep shooting this motherfucker in the head, and you're like, why does he keep coming to life? And it just builds upon that. Oh, it turns out it's a vampire. Okay, well, what the fuck? No. This David Koresh style cult is using the blood of the vampire, which it explodes in sunlight to build bombs to overthrow the government. I'm there. And then these dumb hicks get shit-faced drunk and the vampire gets loose. And it's such a unique-looking vampire. He doesn't suck your blood with fangs. His whole torso opens as a mouth. It's horrifying. It eats your face. The terror is fantastic, and it's so hard to not add it to this top 5 list because it definitely deserves it. It came out in VHS.
Hold up, real quick, before you go on. I just want to ask the panel, you, Rob.
Yeah.
Our cheat, should it go before our number 1? Well, not our number 1, because I already did my number 2. But okay.
My cheat is at number 1.
What a jerk! You're the worst. You know what?
He's so bad.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of here, bro. All right, okay, all right. Then forget it. Right, use your cheat because this is your number 2, right? So you're cheating.
Yeah,
you're cheating. You're doing 2 number 2s.
I've got 2 number 2s.
Okay.
But no, the terror's fantastic, unique take on a zombie. You get a religious cult who thinks it's a doomsday prophecies taking place in 94, my birth year. That's why it's so great. VHS 94, my birth year. It's so great. Everything here is great. Terror's awesome. It's everything that was going on in the 90s. What was going on in the 90s? Government distrust. White supremacist groups doing terroristic things in America. David Koresh and
Unabomber.
Again Ruby Ridge. Yeah, Unabomber, shit like that. This takes that and adds a vampire element, a universal horror monster element to it, and it makes it work. But I have 2 number 2s. And here's the thing. I couldn't pick because I love a good vampire. But I love a good zombie.
Oh.
And a ride in the fucking park is peak. It's some peak zombie love there. Listen, it's great. Everything there, it works. It's heartbreaking. There's comedic aspects when the husband zombie gets up and his wife has been eating his guts. Oh my god.
So good.
His face is like, what the fuck? It's so good. You get some head shots, you get some gut shots, you get some stabs, you get some car hits. Listen, I might sound like Joe Bob Briggs here, but it's a list of the good shit. Check out A Ride in the Park. It's all from a first-person perspective. It reminds me of playing Left 4 Dead 2 multiplayer, and I'm the hunter or the jockey every time, and everyone bitches at me. That's what it reminds me of. A Ride in the Park and Terror number 2. It is so fucking hard not to have these 2 on this list, and I truly fucking mean that. They are both fantastic.
It's a fair cheat. It's a fair cheat. That's all I gotta say. Rob, what's your number 2?
Tell me, boys. You like Mother Goose rhymes?
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
You like Mario on the Super Nintendo, Yoshi's Island? You like that shit?
That shit?
Because I happen to fucking love that shit in every regard. And honestly, watching this with y'all was one of the funnest experiences I've had on a Discord call. My number 2 favorite comes from VHS Beyond, and it's fucking Stork. We got the boys coming together. We're chasing down this horrid fucking person who kidnaps kids. We chase him down to this fucking house, and we let all hell fucking break the goddamn loose. We are getting alien zombies, I do believe. Just getting fucking gunned down. We've got the boys in the fucking club, shooting up the club. If you know that reference, you know it. It is absolute adrenaline, fun, scary, intense. It's got a little bit of everything, and this opens VHS Beyond up. This is the first segment, and to top it all off, fuck the zombies, we get a guy in a fucking suit that looks like a giant fuck-off bird. VHS Beyond is a bit of an anomaly because it's like, how? And they just did. They went. They fucking took off like motherfuckers in the night. And that shit sets a fucking tone. The overarching story sets a tone, of course. But Stork, when it comes to giving the audience what they want without watering down a product, Monsterverse.
It's fucked up.
Stork is the absolute definitive example of giving people what they want and making it fucking good. And that's my piece.
Well, you still got 2 pieces to go because we're doing the order. Boom, you're at the top. Now you're going to bring us to the bottom, so you're number 1. But you still have a cheat in play, so you cheat and number 1, if you will.
All right. So my number 1 was already mentioned, but I got to go ahead and sing his praises myself. My number 1, before the cheat, is Safe Haven from my boy Timo Tashanto. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but I don't know how else to describe it other than just pure, unadulterated unease. There is something clearly very wrong going on here. This short, I think, is the longest in VHS 2. And
it is.
Just uses... Okay, perfect. Because it uses its time, its pacing, its everything to such a professional and such a perfect degree that it's almost a sin that even though it's the longest short, it still is short. This, sent me down a rabbit hole of looking up Timo's films from the past, hyper fucking violent kung fu films, bloody fucking violent horror films, the whole 9 yards. This guy's done it. He's been doing it. And very rarely do you come across a director that's just been doing it and had the vision from the very beginning. He's one of those dudes. And knowing that he's doing the sequel to Mr. Nobody, bro, I cannot wait for more people to sing this man's praises because he is absolutely a fucking genius. I love this dude. No biases, but I truly love this dude. I love Safe Haven, but I got to wrap it up and I got to tell y'all my cheat because as much as I love Safe Haven, as much as I love Safe Haven, VHS Beyond gave me something that went beyond what VHS 2 gave me. It gave me something Cronenbergian in its execution and what it shows and what it does. My cheat. And honestly, my tie for number 1 of my favorite VHS segments is gonna have to be Stowaway.
Wow.
Because what Alien Abduction Slumber Party did was give us the abduction movie we've always wanted. But what Stowaway did was give us the alien spaceship exploration movie we never know we fucking wanted.
Yep.
Alien Abduction Slumber Party, bro, 10 out of 10, top to fucking bottom. That is dread, that is horror, that is everything under the fucking sun. But Stowaway does something different. It's like, all right, you make your way into a fucking spaceship. You get hurt. What happens when the ship's system doesn't know how to repair a human because it doesn't have its fucking DNA built? It's going to replace shit that you lose with the shit that it knows. And it's all coming down to this sense of curiosity, UFO chasers, UFO nuts. They're real people. It's real fucking shit. You walk into a goddamn spaceship, you cut your finger. Right then and there, you should know it's time to get out. I have a pointer finger claw. That was not there when I got in here. And the steady build, the slight little pieces of storytelling. It's like there's a spider octopus freezing in liquid carbonite. Where's Han Solo? And one by one, you keep getting hurt and you keep getting rebuilt. And it's such a novel fucking concept. It's such a perfect fucking concept. And by the end of the short, seeing Homegirl basically being a spider, octopus, human chick in everything, it's heartbreaking because Homegirl was just curious. It is of the core, part of the core definition of VHS. We're getting new takes on these original monsters. But we're getting new takes on situations associated with these monsters. Aliens, vampires, zombies, fucking sirens, the whole 9 yards. And Stowaway for me, from the moment I first saw it, it's almost too fucking good to be a short. And I had to use this as my cheat. Fuck Boneyard, whatever the fuck, Bone Shitstorm, whatever. Fuck that shit. That shit fucking sucks. Nobody needs to hear that it fucking sucks. People need to hear about Stowaway. Because that is a fresh fucking story, and I can't in any way put Safe Haven and Stowaway up against one another except side by side. Because they're both just that fucking good. Amen.
Can't even be mad at that. But we go to you, JR, for your number one. You already cheated. You already used your cheat. But what's your number one?
I did. Listen, I hyped it up. I hyped that shit up last podcast of what my number one is. The wifey has arrived, and you guys can't see it, of course. But on the webcam behind me is playing a little-known movie called Resident Evil. And I can't help but notice the lack of a mansion with zombies and mutated creatures. And then there was Welcome to Raccoon City that didn't quite scratch that itch. Well,
I saw that in theaters.
I know.
Me and one other person.
So did I.
So did I, and I was on a date.
So be it my surprise when we turn on VHS Beyond, and the first segment that starts, there's an acronym, Warden. What's going on there? A book, Stork. A renegade, Brooklyn Cop Brigade. That goes to an abandoned house, and they're straight up like, that guy patrolling this house, that ain't human. And then it turns into Resident Evil 1. Everything I've ever fucking asked for is there in a live action. Resident Evil 1 is my favorite Resident Evil game, and they fucking did it. They fucking did it. They not only fucking did it, they gave me the Resident Evil fucking 4 chainsaw fucking zombie and a weird stork monster that turns babies into zombies. It's weird. It's fantastic. The stork, that's my number one. You know why it's my number one? Because it's the greatest shit ever fucking made. Not just VHS. It is the greatest shit ever made. It is Resident motherfucking Evil incarnate. I love that shit. I love that shit. I worship that shit. I asked for that shit. I've delivered that shit. It's just that Resident Evil. It's Warden. It's Stark. Alien zombies, I fucking love. I love every goddamn second of it. I watched it Sunday again with the wifey and her parents. They're watching it, and I'm geeking the fuck out, and I'm like, oh my god, fucking fucking Resident Evil. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Not only is it Resident Evil, it's Resident Evil Remake, because once they kill the fucking zombies, they come back as the Crimson Zombies. Fuck the Crimson Zombies. The Stork's fucking awesome. Check that shit out. Number fucking 1 best motherfucking VHS segment of all motherfucking time. Stork. Fuck, I hope there's a spinoff. Fuck, I hope there's a sequel. Fucking yes!
Can't disagree in the slightest, brother.
All I got out of that was fuck you, Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, fuck you, Silent Hill 2. The Stork outdid your ass by like 3 fucking days.
Good God.
It gave me what I wanted, and you hear it in the... No, you don't, because I didn't stream that shit. You guys know, because G1 and me and fucking Rob Jira here, we were fucking going ham with that shit.
Yeah.
That's the first segment. That's how you started it. You started out with not only a banger, they had shotguns, UMPs, 9mm, Uzis, chainsaws, zombies, aliens, weird monsters. It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Hearing the joy in your voice as shit hit the fan in that segment was probably my favorite thing, just because I had a feeling we were all going to enjoy this, but to hear such utter wholesome happiness coming out of your mouth as all of that was going down, it just enriched the moment.
Dude, in the ending, because we're all like, yo, the camera's still rolling, the Stork's still alive, and that one motherfucker's like, fuck this, and boots in the head of the fucking Stork. That's all you fucking needed to end that segment. Brooklyn police, renegade officers hunting down zombies and cryptid monsters. I'm all about that shit.
Absolutely. Give it a series, give it some movies, give it some spin-offs, please, because I will watch that for an hour and 30.
So good. So good.
Oh, man. I guess it's up to me, so I'm going to start with my cheat. My cheat is, again, very, 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 very hard. So I'm cheating. Not once, but twice, because my cheat, I don't give a fuck. I make this podcast happen.
You bring us all together.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, I'm crying.
My cheat is 2. I'm cheating. My cheat is 2. VHS 1, 10/31/98.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. I have never seen a haunted house movie that good, that was put together, that was given to us in 10-15 minutes. Never. When I saw that, I was blown away. The hands coming out of the wall. Like, you talk about cult. There was a cult up there. They were killing, they were sacrificing a young lady. Man, when I tell you, I was fucked up after watching that shit, and the ending is fucked up too. It's just disturbing. I loved it. And honestly, it would have made the list. It would have. But there are things that are on my list that I'm just like, fuck! And again, I say this, Amateur Night, it was a coin toss between this and Amateur Night. But Amateur Night is what set the tone for the franchise. 10/31/98 was the bookend of that movie. The tie was what I was looking forward to from VHS Beyond. And that is Live and Let Dive.
Yes.
My God, that was the whole reason I wanted to watch that movie. Because the idea of skydivers running into a UFO fucks me up mentally. Fucks me up. It just fucks me up. Because it's a genius idea. Who the fuck thinks of that? It's like, I wish I would have thought of that. Because that's a genius idea. Now, it doesn't make the list because there are a couple of other alien segments that are just a little bit better. I will admit to that. I think Slumber Party Alien Abduction works better than what we saw with Live and Let Dive. But Live and Let Dive gave us all the gore.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking horrifying. One, I'll never go up in a plane to jump up.
Abduction, too, of the truck.
Yeah.
And it dropped.
Right.
That's horrifying.
It is horrifying, but you know what? The little dog was it was a little bit more horrifying.
It was, yeah.
Fuck, the little dog.
She was a good boy.
Hey, the little dog. I'm not even a pet person. Leave the little guy alone. Leave him alone. But everything leading up, that segment was fucking fantastic. And it was hard because I was like, I wanted to watch this whole movie based off of this one segment. When I read what these segments were about, like, this is the one that stood out. When I saw the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is that zombie-looking thing in the chainsaw? But oh, shit, aliens! UFO in a plane! Oh, shit! That fucked me up. That is what I was gravitating towards. And it was fantastic. It really was. So, I mean, fuck, 10/31/98. I love the fuck out of that. This is my favorite haunted house thing ever. Like, give me a haunted house thing like that. And then Live and Let Die. Fuck, yeah. I mean, what the... I'm so confused, though. What the fuck were the aliens doing? Were they reading your mind first before they melted your face? I don't know. It was so weird. I would like to know more.
I think it was like a heat beam, like a destructor ray from like Destroy All Humans that just melted your mind.
But they were still alive. Like, nothing was wrong with them.
That's true.
Until they...
Maybe they were abducting their consciousness. So good. So good.
Anything that makes you talk about it after it's done playing is definitely worth everything. Unless it's bad.
Yeah.
GXP.
All right. And now for my number one. Look.
I can't wait to fucking hear.
Make no mistake about it. Both of y'all already know.
I love you.
Both of y'all already know. I've been saying this shit since the beginning. Dante the Great. I mean, come on. You guys are fucking stupid if you think it wasn't. You guys are fucking stupid if you think it wasn't. Let me tell you why. Dante the Great is my number one favorite fucking thing from VHS.
No,
I gotta tell you why. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious when I tell you this.
What?
I'm actually a magician.
It's true. He magicked us some more Miller Lite. I don't know how, but...
Right? So...
The cooler was empty. It was Coors. That was it.
So right now, all I'm saying is SOS. Okay? SOS. Because the cooler, right? My cooler is dope. Me and my cooler, we're buds. You know what I'm saying? He gives me buds. He gives me Millers. He gives me natties. It's my cooler's my friend. SOS, please help. So that's why Dante the Great's the greatest thing, because I understand where it's coming from. Please call the cops.
He's such a fucking liar.
Help me, Danny Trejo, Predators. Of course I'm lying. Listen to me. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Thank fucking Christ, because I was about dude.
He was believing me.
Dude,
that good.
You and me.
That good. That good.
You know what's about to happen? You know what's about to happen? He was gonna fly here to where I am. We're gonna get in a car, drive to where you are, smack the shit out of you, and then we would re-educate you on what's actually good. By watching Transformers, which I still haven't seen.
Look, make no mistake about it. Stork is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen. Legit. When I tell you, that shit might be my thing of the year. I'm not even lying. You got a bunch of New York City cops go into a and that's the thing. Like, I didn't even get the warden thing at first. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I didn't get it. Like, it's an acronym. I was like, okay, it's an acronym. But I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're bad cops. Maybe they're corrupt cops. Maybe they're little shiesty cops. But they go into that fucking house. They see these things and they are not fazed. They just handle business. And I'm like, wait a minute. Am I missing something? Is this going to be a dumb thing? No. These motherfuckers are the motherfucking supernatural police for New York City. God, listen to me, please. Movie gods. You gave me the alien slumber party massacre thing. You gave me Kids versus Aliens. You gave it to me. I didn't like that movie. It's not as good as the short, but it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. It works. There's a Siren movie. Apparently there's another movie in this, but this is the motherfucking movie you need to make. You need to make this. You need to make the Warden's movie. You have to do this. Listen to me. That's a franchise. That is franchise tag right there. That is a fucking franchise. Listen. You gave me zombies that were in actuality deadites, which were controlled by Bald Big Bird on Sesame Street. Stop the shit. That's why I was in New York City. You think I'm lying? Fucking test me. Fucking test me. Did you just not see how convincing I was about Dante the Great? Even though it wasn't in my least favorite. It's number 6 on my top 5 best Dante.
Listen.
But Stork is unbelievable. You said little zombie babies? No, they were little zombie storks. They had
so
beaks.
good.
They had beaks. Those babies had beaks.
You know what's crazy though?
And it was an alien.
I love it. And then they sit there and say in the fucking movie, we're monster hunters. Bigfoot next. I want these motherfuckers to hunt down a Sasquatch. I want this shit. Yo, the Sasquatch from Exist.
No. I don't take them as that type of monster hunter. I take them as that, let's go after Mothman.
Yo, you say Mothman, and I'm still down. I'm still fucking down. It works. Oh my god.
It's more it feels like it's more of a supernatural thing, right? Than
it is.
Bigfoot could be possibly real. Let's leave him alone. He hasn't been bothering us, right? Like, Bigfoot is not eating brains or kidnapping kids.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Was Warden an acronym?
It's an acronym.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I don't know what it means.
Bro, that's it. There's your fear movie. That's essentially what the fuck that was. First Encounter Assault Recon Team. Fear, the fucking movie, but it's called Warden.
There it is.
Print, pop the popcorn, motherfucker.
I'm trying to figure out real quick what Warden stands for. There's nothing that I can find. It's just Warden. Listen. Warden is it. This is your future for VHS, right? Hear me out. From this point forward, you have your overarching story. You do. It's Warden. What if there was a whole, and this is what I think I was talking to you guys about the other night. It might have been just Ray when we were watching Friday the 13th Part 3. When I was sitting there saying, what if the next VHS movie was all zombies, vampires, werewolves, the undead, and then you do another Warden. You do another Warden segment. Maybe they're hunting down the Wolfman, bro. Think about that shit. Think about that shit.
I'm going to take it an extra step.
All right.
Just call the next VHS film VHS Warden. Have it be tapes from different fucking teams that are going after these different fucking situations. That's perfect.
They have to, because Warden, it fucking works. It works. And me as a Resident Evil fan, G1 as a Resident Evil fan, We both saw it. You heard us. We were like, this is Resident Evil 1. This is the heart and soul of Resident Evil 1. Spooky mansion, weird zombies, weird monsters, spooks, and guns. That's Resident Evil 1.
Fan.
I know you screaming. It was so good. I was saying VHS Undead for the next one, personally. You have a Warden segment or an overarching Warden segment where it goes through each individual different types of this shit that they've either faced or they have records of. Vampires, werewolves, maybe they're watching tapes that are sent into Warden.
Aha.
Listen, Shudder. Vampires, werewolves, zombies. Go the undead route. Oh my, for sure. Get some witches in there. Do these tapes that are submitted to Warden. This next one, Warden should be the overarching, right? Lead up to the one after this next VHS, where they send in all these different tapes and Warden's watching these different tapes to like, all right, let's see if this is legit or bullshit. Maybe it's a random apartment complex in Jersey and someone is just kidnapping different tenants and they're never seen again. Warden busts in or something. There's vampires and all this shit. Do something with this. This is where you go. You set it up. And it's, I don't know. Maybe I might be popping off.
No.
I just think this shit works. It works for these segments.
That segment was set up to have a franchise built around it because Warden, that what we saw, these monster hunters. No, dude, listen. That's the motherfucking BRPD type shit.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? Like
That's Stars.
it's Stars.
That is Stars.
But again, Stars wasn't made for zombie hunting. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
This crew was made for monster hunting, which means
and I love it.
There's a lore. There's something about it. There's something that predates this team. And that is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I want that.
Oh my God.
I want that. You set it up. That's your next fucking movie. That's not VHS, whatever the next one is. That is your next standalone movie. Warden is it. And again, you gave me a fucking prosthetic monster.
Oh, so good.
Like, that was in my face. That was tangible. You can touch it. You can hug it.
Sucking.
Again, Bald Big
It
Bird.
was
It was beautiful.
sucking brains out of a human skull when we first saw it.
Sorry, Snuffy. I gotta take your brain now. Oh, come on! Super
It's
7,
so good.
make me a figure. Get on it right now. But yeah, no, it was by far, it was my favorite fucking thing. And again, the violence, the gunplay, all of that shit. Like, yeah, that's what I
camera
wanted.
angles.
I wanted that, and what I really like about it too is, outside of him holding the camera, everybody had their body cam on. So
Dude,
you see
and
all
so-
that, and that makes sense, man. Come on, let's make it happen.
You saw from the body cam footage the officer with the chainsaw running his fucking mouth through these motherfuckers, sawing their heads off. Yo, it was like Ash from the Evil Dead to me, just ripping these deadite zombies' heads off with a chainsaw, talking shit. This is, oh, I can't get over it. I know, I'm sorry.
And
It's so good.
And one of the things I do love about it, seriously, is it's called Stork. They were kidnapping babies instead of delivering babies, and then they're singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." It is so fucking horrifying. It's so fucking horrifying, and I absolutely loved it. I can't get enough of it, man. Stork is by far my number one. You can't change my mind. They really gonna have to come hard in the next one. You're gonna have to give me Bigfoot versus Nessie in the next one for me to be like, okay. But Stork is it. It's like it literally is the best VHS segment, like out of all of them, because it gave me everything I wanted, everything.
Yeah.
It is a video game come to life, and it works, and it's practical, and it's just, and they're New Yorkers. Oh, I can't be mad at that.
I love that. Not only that, there's characterization too with some of the different members. The fact that they were sitting there calling the new cameraman ammo bag, and they treat him like an ammo bag.
I love it.
Yo, and he's the first one through that hole, and they're shoving his head in the camera and that shit. Dude, fuck off. It's so good. It's so good. Ladies and gentlemen, like, we are not joking. Check it the motherfuck out.
All right, so
If
yeah, go ahead,
there's
Rob.
any segment that could encapsulate giving me what I want, it's that one.
Yeah.
Because there's just no other way to describe it. Not only does it just fucking work, but it's like once you unpack it and everything, it's like, fuck, dude, I wanted a good Resident Evil movie. Fuck, dude, I wanted a good Resident Evil series. It's right fucking here.
It's
And like
right
I said
there.
before, it's like, it's essentially Fear, the video game, the movie.
Yes.
Except it's not just fucking ghosts. This time, it's a little bit of everything. And, bro, I back it. Yo, Shudder, Bloody Disgusting, VHS, you've got a fucking gold mine on your fucking hands. Please, keep digging.
And it's the first time out of all the segments. And I was looking through them, and all of them made me feel a certain way, but this is the one that was definitely like, follow this up. The first time in all of these VHS movies where I was like, this segment, yo, you didn't strike gold, you struck diamonds. Milk this. Milk it, I will be there because it's ripe for the plucking. G1 and me, we watched like Exist, Blair Witch Project, all these creature features like critters and fucking ghoulies, all this shit, right? This encapsulates all of that. And that gives me Resident Evil 1. Fucking,
Wait, could you imagine Warden going up against the Ghoulies? I'm down. Give it to me.
I am so down. There's so much you can do with this shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying.
Well, speaking of so much we can do, this one's gonna be hard pressed. What is our aggregated top 5 VHS segment? Because here we go. We all have Stork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have, what else? There's a couple here. A ride in the park. We all have a ride in the park. Those big. So let's start with number 5.
Okay.
Let's start with the 5th best, right? And then we'll work our way up down to Stork. To number 1. And then we'll work our way down to number 1. My bad. Jumping the gun here. Number 5, Dante the Great. You're absolutely right. I'm proud of all of you for agreeing with me. And my cooler.
Motherfuck.
And my cooler, SOS again. I'm not lying. Please help. Send help. Send Warden.
Just we get more Miller Lite.
Joke about.
Send Warden. Please send Warden. No, all right. Number 5. All right, let's break this down. Okay. We've got 2 safe havens. I can't believe I'm the only one that put Amateur Night up here, but all right, I'm not mad at that.
It's good.
We
It
have-
is good.
Yeah. It's just in comparison, it's hard to do only 5.
You know what's crazy is all our lists are so fucking different, yet we have some of the same stuff. All right. Oh shit, bro. All right, Safe Haven 1, Safe Haven 4. I would have had Safe Haven at 7, to be honest with you. 7. So that doesn't. I guess Safe Haven could be number 5. No offense.
No, I'm okay with that.
I mean, just looking at
I'm fine with that.
where it's placed, right? JR has it at 4. You have it at 1. I would have had it at like 7. But we would have had it.
So the thing with Safe Haven is, at least from my perspective, as I tried to draw some of my favorites from all the franchises, or the different movies, it is inherently a fantastic movie, but it's a hard pill to swallow.
But, all right, yeah, I know, I get that. Where I'm going is, it's on 2 of our lists, right?
Yeah.
One's at 4, one's at 1. It's not on my list, but if we did a top 10, it would have been. So that's why I put it at 5, because it 2 of us have it.
Yeah.
So all right, Safe Haven at 5.
Safe Haven at 5.
Okay. So let's take Safe Haven away. All right. Shit. All right. Okay. All right. Shit, because again, this list is so fucking nuts. That's what I love about it. That's why I love doing these things, because we have a lot of the same, but we have nothing the same. Okay?
Except you and me.
That's part.
Oh no, listen, number 1 is already solidified, and it's not even it's not even a personal preference. It's where it's ranked.
There's no room for discussion there, except that we all agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. All right, so number 4. Okay. Shit, because that can't go there. We all have a ride in the park.
Yeah.
JR, yours was a cheat. But you had it at number 2. So that's solidified. I had it at number 3. Rob had it at number 5. But the fact that we all had it, does that go to 2 or 3? Because of where placed it.
Inherently, wouldn't that go to 4? Or does that throw off the 3 and 2?
Well, not really, but the problem
I know,
is...
our shit's all over the fucking
Okay,
place.
no, you know what? Okay, hear me out, and I gotta give this up. JR, you do not have Slumber Party Massacre, Alien Abduction. Slumber Party Massacre. I'm thinking of the slasher films later.
That's where I'm terrible and would say, like I did with the last segment with the worst, it was my number 6.
So it doesn't count because you don't have it on your list, nor do you have it. And I placed, you had it at 6, and I placed the other one at 7. So I guess number 4, Rob, would have to be Slumber Party Alien Abduction.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue.
It's a damn good segment. It's a damn good segment. I said my piece where how after I watched it, I went camping. Don't do that.
Okay, listen,
Don't.
I abbreviated it. I abbreviated the first 3 words, and then I wrote abduction, and it is spa abduction.
Listen. We'll get to the slasher movie.
I'm not mad at being abducted in a spa. Oh, thanks, E.T. That fucking massage was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god.
He got carpal tunnel. Oh, that was terrible.
All right. Okay. Oh shit. Wow. Okay. Fuck a doodle, dude. This is fucking crazy. All right. Here's the deal.
All right.
Number 3, it has to be Stowaway. Because, JR, it's not on your list, but it's on me and Rob's list. Well, Rob cheated.
I ain't mad at it, though.
That's a cheat for Rob.
I ain't mad at it either.
Wait!
Top 3.
But wait
Hear
a minute,
me
Rob. Wait a minute. Oh, no, you know what? No, shit. Okay. So here's how we got to break this down. Because, Rob,
All
that
right.
was your cheat, right? And that
Yeah.
was one of my on the topic list. So, JR, you're going to have to be the moderator X the tiebreaker here. Because Rob has, at his number 4, 1031.98, and I have at my number 4 Stowaway. Yet Rob has as his cheat Stowaway, and on my cheat I got 1031.98. So JR,
And this is for number 3?
this is for number 3. You got to be the tiebreaker.
All right. Let me get my takes on these right quick. 1031.98 is an absolutely fantastic take on a haunted house / occult torture session. I absolutely love it. I love the idea that was an alternate take where they survived. I prefer that one to the original release. But Stowaway is absolutely going to win. Stowaway is creepy. It deals with different themes, things we haven't seen before, and the introduction of different DNAs to a human body. With each life speed jump, her body deteriorates literally into pieces, put back together into a spider octopus human form. That's horrifying. It works. And one line that stuck with me and still sticks with me: please make it stop.
Holy shit. At the end, when she's reaching out to the fucking dinosaur plushie that she was holding on to as a child. You see, that's what?
It has to be there. That's why I will definitely say that's number 3. It has to. It's good. It's damn good.
You know, if you would have put it on your list, that could have been an argument for number 2.
I know.
But you know what? That is absolute fair, Rob. I think that's a fair assessment, right? We both had the same things. One of them were opposite of each other. He had none of them, so that's right. That's fair.
I agree. Absolutely.
All right. So far, number 5, Safe Haven. Number 4, Spa Abduction. I can't. Slumber Party Alien Abduction. Number 3, Stowaway. Number 2, let's be honest, we all have it on our list. Where it's at, it varies. So, Rob, you have it at number 5. JR, you had it as your cheat. And I had it at number 3. So, A Ride in the Park is number 2 on the list.
Yep.
And then unanimously, Rob at number 2, JR and myself at number 1, Dante the Great. I can't. Oh, sorry. My bad. But y'all ever seen Shin Godzilla? You know how them eyes look all googly? That my cooler right now is Shin Cooler. Wait, was that a thing? Was that a thing in Dragon Ball, Shin Cooler? It should be a thing in Dragon Ball, Shin Cooler.
He's gonna kill me. He's gonna fucking kill me.
I digress. What's that? 6.
I'm gonna die.
Stork, without a fucking shadow of a doubt, is number 1, which is fucking crazy because this franchise has been around for over a decade. And the latest entry, the first segment, is the number 1 greatest thing in the way we look at this. And I could not agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a solid list. 1 to 5. Here we go. Number 1, Stork. Number 2, A Ride in the Park. Number 3, Stowaway. Number 4, a Slumber Party Alien Abduction. That is a mouthful. And number 5, Safe Haven. Every single one, absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Man. Make it so. I'm just mad at y'all that Fur Babies came in at number 2 for the worst. It should have been number 1. It's a fucking stupid segment. Fucking sucks. You kidding me? You give me Stork, and then you give me Fur Babies? digress.
You know
7, I think.
You know what's crazy about it, though? Is they seem to be doing these new ones every year around this time, right?
Yes.
What the fuck are they gonna do next? Because what they haven't done is the 70s. I would love some 1970s acid trip psychedelic shit.
I mean, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
They can go back. They can go back. But look, we've done our
Roswell,
top.
New Mexico.
We've done out. Listen, no, Roswell was in the 50s. We've done our top 5 list. Now let's rank these movies while we just hit the 3-hour mark. Let's rank these movies. Let's rank them.
Okay.
Let's put them in order. All right. JR, I'll start with you, man. How do you rank these movies?
You want me to do all of them?
Yeah,
in
all
one
of them.
shot?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
again, we're not doing segments now. We're just where these movies fall
All right.
in place for you. We got 7 movies, 7 slots. Where do you go?
Absolute bottom of the fucking barrel. VHS viral. Dog shit. Beyond dog shit. It's fucking terrible. Next up, VHS 1. The first one. It's good. It's got some good segments, but we're talking about 2 out of all of them. I'm sorry. It doesn't make the cut. Next up, VHS 85. More good segments, but not that great. Next up, VHS 99. As much as I like the segments in this, it doesn't quite make the cut for the best that there is to offer. Oh God, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me. Because I've got VHS Beyond, VHS 94, and VHS 2. So next up is VHS Beyond. Listen, Stork is an absolute fantastic short. Live and Let Die, fantastic. Stowaway, fantastic. Dream Girl, fantastic. Fur Babies. What the fuck was that doing in there? That should have been X'd the fuck out. VHS Beyond. And then we go up to VHS 94. Inherently, there is only one bad segment, and it's not even bad. Storm Drain, sorry. Empty Wake is the weakest segment in VHS 94, yet it still works on a horror level. For me, not as terrifying, but inherently awful, because it shows the worst in humanity and how they will abandon one for their own safety. Check it out for sure. But number 1, because there just wasn't a bad segment in it. And I don't think I'm alone in this one. My number 1, VHS 2. Every single segment in VHS 2 works. We said it in the live stream. I'm saying it now. My favorite is in VHS Beyond segment-wise, but VHS 2, every single one fucking works. Slumber Party, Alien Abduction is horrifying. Safe Haven is the greatest with demonic cults. A Ride in the Park is the best first-person zombie movie ever made right now. Phase 1 clinical trials shows how Adam Wingard can't clean up the green shit on his counter. Why does he have 27 PS3s? I digress. VHS 2 is the number 1 for me, ranked wise for the movies. It's fantastic. Definitely check out this franchise and check out Stork.
Rob.
Okay. At number 7, VHS Viral. It's a pile of shit. I can give alternate dimensional fucking monstrous genitalia a bit of a pass.
because it's memorable and it had a decent build up, not so much that great of a finish. Number 6, the original VHS. Learn from the sins of thy father. That's what this film is. It built up on what was great. And for the most part, it learned from the sins of thy father, whatever the fuck biblical shit. Number 5, VHS 85. Good stuff about it. Not the strongest, but still good. Number 4, VHS 99. Very few little things to say about it that I don't like. It's VHS 99. Number 3. This is going to be the deciding factor here. VHS 94. VHS 94, that's how you bring a franchise back from the dead after being utter butt stew. That is VHS viral. I'm talking 2 a.m. Taco Bell, 3 Baja Blast, and by 4 a.m. you are squirting out your asshole. This was the fucking Pepto-Bismol that this series needed. Number 2, if it wasn't for fucking fur babies, this might have capped VHS 2. But VHS Beyond, the latest and almost the greatest. VHS Beyond just goes to show that this franchise ain't going anywhere anytime fucking soon, because the juice is still flowing, the sugar is still in the engine. I know it's a negative connotation, but go fuck yourself. And number 1, VHS 2. VHS 2 is the pinnacle, the alpha, the omega, the zeta, the gamma quadrant, the fucking fountain of goddamn ass youth. I don't know if anything's ever gonna beat it, but VHS Beyond came fucking close. It's the start of a new trilogy, and who's to say what can come next? But that's how I rank VHS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7.
I feel that. All right. Number 7. We were all in agreement here. Viral. It's fucking trash.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Number 6. We're all in agreement. VHS. It's the first. Yes.
Yeah.
The bookends are great. What's in between that? Yeah. They're better movies. Here's where we start to fucking... No, I'm lying. We're at the same port. VHS 85. Number 5. Agreed. Now, this is where I differ. This is where I break off from y'all. Because you guys are pretty much the same. I'm not. Number 4 for me is 94. Love that movie. No doubt about it. But number 3, 99? Because I thought I saw it and I didn't. 99 to me, pretty much down the line, has everything. Again, Ozzy's Dungeon, like I do like that segment. It's not the best one at all, which is, but as far as the movie's concerned, like Shredder's was dope. I fucking love those zombies, and yeah, that would have been probably number 6. Shredder's was dope. I liked the fucking being buried alive thing. It was the scare of being buried alive. And then, not only that, thinking you had an out, but the fucking, they leave you and then it rains and pours and you drown and the ghost is there, and man, that shit was dope. But yeah, so my number 4 was 94. Oh, my bad. I'm at number 3. That was number 3 was 99. Number 2 is VHS 2. Now hear me out. Because already y'all know where my number 1 is. Hear me out. VHS 2 had no bad segment. None.
Yeah.
But that being said, there were only two, in my opinion, absolute segments in VHS 2. And I love Safe Haven. I did. And watching it with y'all really made me love it even more. But that was before Beyond. And don't get me wrong, Fur Babies fucking sucks. But y'all motherfuckers are forgetting Dreamgirl and the bodacious Bollywood musical that we received. Like, fuck y'all. I saw Salma Hayek dance with a snake while putting her foot in Quentin Tarantiro's mouth in theaters. And I said, and I quote, because this is God's honest fucking truth, "Oh, that's not the soda." I screamed that shit out loud. The theater erupted. Now, we didn't get none of that sexy hotness in Dreamgirl, but that Dreamgirl shit was, in my, like, the way I saw it was like, oh man, look at, remember when Dusk Till Dawn had this fucking perfect body? Look at her. Look at this perfect body. And the body, like, I thought I was gonna hate that segment. I fucking loved it. I loved it. Actually, now I think about it, that might have been my number 6, to be real. It was fantastic. Fur Baby sucked, but everything else around it was way better. And if I have to compare Part 2 to Beyond, then with the exception of Fur Babies, I liked all those segments more than I liked the Beyond segments. I mean, then I liked Part 2 segments. So that's why I put VHS 2 at number 2 and Beyond at number 1, because for fucking real, Stork, it transcends time. Stork is the motherfucking Matrix of the VHS series, alright?
Yeah.
Light our darkest hour. I mean, like, just give me everything you've got. And the way they set that particular thing up, it differentiates from every other VHS segment because you can absolutely run with what they set up in Stork. And the rest of, besides Fur Babies, oh god, besides that piece of shit, I just feel that outweighs everything else. But that's the way I feel. I thoroughly enjoy it.
No arguments.
I can't disagree with you. Stork. I think, honestly, Stork is the greatest thing to come out of the VHS saga.
Yes.
Because it's a conglomeration of everything that makes the VHS segments fantastic. Short, to the point, horror and action with creatures, monsters, guns, and characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's good writing, it's good storytelling, and it gives you everything that you want. And it is a conglomeration of, 10 years of VHS love into one. Even Aliens. It's all here. So, I don't know, maybe I'm biased towards Stork.
Yeah, maybe you should change your fucking your list.
I swear to God.
But listen, honestly, fellas, this was a fucking blast. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did not think we were gonna go this long, but we did. I swear to God, I was like, all right, 2:30 at max. We had 3:13. Let's wrap it up. So, that being said, Rob, thank you for being on the podcast with us.
And thank me for not falling asleep this time. I like how I'm giving myself the hardest time about that, but genuinely, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. I knew I had to stay awake for this. I'm sorry.
No,
it's always a fun time with you guys, always. And talking about a franchise that I hold near and dear to my soul and my heart made it even better.
definitely. JR, thank you for joining us.
Yo, it was a blast. I will tell everyone here, the 25th, don't come to the G show.
Uh-oh.
Go to JR's GAM streams because...
Whoa. That's got to be a simulcast. I can't lose a Friday,
well,
bro.
Absolutely.
I can't lose a Friday.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. So I guess check out both streams. I don't care which. The 25th of October, in exactly 2 weeks,
Ooh.
G1, me, and whoever pops in will be doing the Spooktober Spooktacular 2024 top 10 favorite slasher films. We changed it. It was going to be creature features, but Halloween 4, Friday the 13th Part 3 changed our minds. And my recently touched up Jason tattoo that hurts like a bitch because I just got it literally right before this podcast. We have to do slashers. Slashers. One of the greatest slasher films ever made came out this year. We have to talk about this shit. Top motherfucking 10. This isn't the bookend. This isn't the bookend of Spooktober. You know why? Because Spooktober is going to continue all the way till November 1st.
Whoa. What are you talking about? November 1st is going to be a 45-minute sing-along. What are you talking about? That's horrifying.
Because we're going to be singing how great October was. So, always check back with the G Show, of course. Check back with JR's GAM streams. And if you want to know more, our Discord server, which is in the chat, which is in my videos, in the description and comment section, check it out. You get the latest news, info from us. Not necessarily when we're going to stream because it's pretty much every Friday, but
pretty much.
You get to interact with us, and we love interacting with the fans. It's October. It's Spooktober. It's spooktacular. It's been a fucking-tastic time talking VHS, streaming VHS. I had a blast. You guys had a blast. I'm glad we could come to a bookend on this and then go to...
Wreck, motherfuckers! Because next week, we're doing Wreck. I don't give a fuck what JR's itinerary looks like. I don't... Well, Rob's itinerary...
I made time.
Yeah,
I made time.
Rob's pretty much open. Rob was like, yo, what are we doing? When are we doing? So, yeah, no, listen. Next Friday, we're going to review all 4 Wreck movies. That means we're going to watch all 4 Wreck movies during the week. Maybe on your channel, JR.
I ain't opposed.
So yeah, that'll be it. So yo, follow JR on his channel, on his stream. Fuck, Rob should live stream it on his channel too. Could you imagine, like, all of a sudden you'd be like, this ain't that toy dude.
I know.
It's that slasher movie dude.
It's just like, yeah, it's like, fuck.
But it's that time of the year, man. You let the demons out. You have the spooky ghouls come in. We have fun with the horror. And that's what we're doing.
Which leaves me to ending this podcast because I've got to get up early to finish decorating my house. So that'll do it for this episode of the G Show podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I already thanked these 2 knuckleheads. I want to thank Alex, who joined us for 5 minutes and then jumped off. He didn't tally-ho our motherfucking digresses.
What?
So I will talk to him outside the podcast. But that is it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I am G1, and we are at a